All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to welcome to episode 5 of the Studio C podcast. I am BBQHD with my other hosts.
The one, the only, Kid Vicious, and yes, I am back on screen.
It was good. It was great. It's your boy Phil.
And tonight we have a special guest tonight. Okay, Vicious, you want to introduce?
Okay, there she is. All right. We have one of the greatest math teachers of all time from Luella High School, presenting Miss Dean.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome, welcome. First of all, I want to say thank you for joining us tonight.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes, yes. So real quick, am I tripping? Y'all can hear KB?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Really? I can't. Let me log off real quick and come back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I can hear you. All right, cool. I don't know what
All right, first topic of the night is the new Spider-Man trailer, the new Spider-Man 2 trailer. What are our thoughts on that?
I don't really have any thoughts besides that I don't get to play it, so I'm not really looking forward to it. So, yeah, I can talk on that. It looks like a
happened.
great game, but I can't play it. So
First of all, real quick, I missed some of the intro. Miss Dean, how you been? How you doing?
Hey, Phil, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. All right, but yes, the Spider-Man game trailer. Yeah, I mean, it really did. It didn't do anything other than just get me more excited for the game. Um, I didn't. I know it was some YouTubers that had like some actual like storyline gameplay in there. I didn't watch that because I didn't want any spoilers. But as far as like the open world and everything like that, it just got me more excited for the game, honestly. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna be awesome. Definitely looks like it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I actually didn't have time to look at the full trailer, but from what I've seen, I they had Venom in the first one, and I'm excited for Venom. That already I already put my pre-order in, or I'm going to put my pre-order in, but I'm super excited. I love the Miles game. I love the first game. I I'm sure I'm gonna love this one. Miss Dean, do you have any thoughts on it?
So Kid Vicious sent me the trailer, so I did watch it. And I've seen some people stream the original Spider-Man game before the Miles Morales, one as well. Um, I like that it's like you can split between in there, like you can choose. Okay, if you're gonna do like a Miles mission or a Peter Parker mission, I'm gonna be interested to see because you know how they talk about like the web swinging and how you can see like how they release and things like that. I'm gonna be interested to see like in the game, like how people look at that part of like the way Miles swings compared to how Peter swings and just the different things that's gonna happen in the game.
Yeah, I think that's actually a first for at least the Spider-Man games is switching characters. I think that's one of the big uh factor like get big key points that they put in, especially this new trailer. Putting in like the switching characters like mid fight or and stuff like that. So I'm interested. I'm interested to see what the storyline is, because the original and the Miles one had two separate storylines, but they were still in the same. They're still in the same universe, but separate, like villain, or I guess same villain, some same villains, but separate. So
Yeah, I
I'm
think
kind of
I
curious.
think they spoke on that a little bit. I think they were saying that it's going to be like, of course, it's going to be some missions like dedicated to Miles, and there's going to be some missions dedicated to Peter, and there's going to be stuff where they come together and work.
Okay.
Did
So
any of
like,
y'all? Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, did any of y'all see the Spider-Verse movies?
I have I watched like half the first one, and
Okay.
then but I didn't get to watch the second.
Okay. I know it's like, the movie side, so that's a little different, but it's still Sony. I just wondered how that may tie in something, because, like in the Spider-Verse, how, he met Peter and it was all this whole thing. And now that they're in the same game, if they may try to tie some of that stuff in as well.
They might. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't or if they do. Um, because in the game they don't really show how Miles got his power. Wait, did they? I don't think they do. I think he just is there, unless they showed it in the first game. Um, but yeah, I think they might. I wouldn't be surprised if they do put in some aspects of the movie into the game. But on to our next one would be their Spider-Man 2 suit predictions. So we already know that the Venom suit's gonna be in there. What other suit predictions or hopes? Uh, what suit hopes do we have?
I have a few, so I'm gonna go last because I got a few.
So I like the from the original game. I like the white spider one where his head is like a flaming skull and he's just like full white suit. That's with the black spider. I love that suit. I'm really hoping that comes back. And then obviously you have the homemade suits that I'm sure
Oh
are
my
gonna
god.
come back.
Oh my god.
You got something to say, Kid Vicious?
Oh my god, bro. Why are they adding homemade suits, bro? Those looked awful. Like,
So
oh
that's the
my
whole
god.
thing, though. That's part of their thing. Like the whole thing with
Yeah,
Miles, before he got everything, he had to have the
God.
what is it, the Jordans, the Dunks?
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
yeah. It's a part of the like it's a part of the story, kind of. Like
Yeah, in a way. It looks like a little kid's Halloween costume.
it's supposed to.
Oh my god.
If it looks
I feel
like
like I feel like what's his name had the worst one. Tom Holland had the worst one when he made his. This was the worst.
I mean, he has to work with what he has.
It was
He's
horrible.
a high schooler.
I
He's
mean, Miles.
14.
I ain't gonna hold you. Miles was kind of his was kind of hard. I ain't gonna hold you. He had some Nikes on, so I mean, it's kind of hard, bro. I don't know about that disgraced Spider-Man. I don't know how his look. I don't really remember that one. Just know he let his girl die, but whatever. But yeah. But
Oh,
a
he
homemade suit? No. Oh my god.
you gotta start hating on Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew is.
That's the only thing I could give to Batman. His suits are not homemade. I'll say that.
He's also a billionaire.
He has a lot of money.
At least
His
they're not
parents are
homemade.
very wealthy, and he's wealthy as well. He didn't have to. He had scientists and all this other technology available.
No.
Like I feel like Tom
But
Holland
Tom Holland
definitely.
has no excuse. He knew Mr. He could have went to Mr. What's his name? Mr.
Tony
Stark.
Stark,
Start.
Yeah,
but he
Mr.
didn't know
Stark.
him
Yeah,
at the time.
he knew it.
Did you
Did he
even
know?
watch the Tom Holland
Yeah, I
movies?
watched it. I watched it. I thought he knew him at the time. I'm a steak barbecue. Don't jump down my throat.
Jeez, you gotta be on top of this stuff.
Gosh, I haven't watched that was like the first one, right?
That was the first one. Yep.
I will say he has the like baddest Aunt May of all time. I'm not
Oh,
gonna hold you. I'm just gonna throw that in there. I'm gonna throw
okay.
that in there. I'm sorry, bro.
Well, his Aunt May was different. Like the rest of them were old, so
Yeah,
you
I think
know.
the actress for the original one just turned like 98 the other day or
I didn't even know
97.
you were saying
But yeah, they're like it's like I don't know what the point of like making all the Aunt Mays younger with each generation or iteration of it, but like that didn't make sense to me. But
I think it was to get in like more demographic of viewers. They're like, oh, Aunt May's attractive, so I'm going to come watch the movie. I may not be a Spider-Man fan, but I like Melissa Tomei, so
yeah,
I
that makes
think it's all
sense.
about marketing.
That does make sense. But back to Suits, since Kid Vicious is bringing us off topic as normal.
Bro, I was about to bring us back around. Thank you. Stop jumping down my throat, barbecue.
But yeah, I like the White Spider. I hope they bring back the Stark suit from the original with
Oh
the
yeah.
gold
I,
accents.
I like that one.
Yeah, that one was really cool. Um, I want to see the Miles 2099 one. That one was cool. And I think that's it
So
for me.
just asking, are they going to do like separate suits for like Miles and then for Peter, or they're going to be like, you can just change to whatever suit you want to be in?
I'd assume they do separate suits, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's all the suits that I want to see.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like the gold accent. That's my favorite one. And I like original Miles, like they're just the black with the red. I That's the one I like seeing him in. I know he's in some other ones, but that's just the one. Those are my two favorites. I know Phil said
KB?
he had a list. So what
Yeah,
do you
I
have?
got the list. KB, you went?
yeah, man.
Okay, yeah. All right. So yeah, I'm about to bring my nerd out. All right, so I got like some suits that I want that I hope are gonna be for Peter. I got some for Miles, and then I even got a couple like symbiote options that they let you like change the symbiote suit.
Mhm.
So first, I think this is gonna be in the game. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit in the movie. I think that's hands down the best live action suit that's been in the Spider-Man movie, and a lot of people have been requesting it. So I definitely think they're gonna put it in the game. Next, I want to see the final swing suit from No Way Home. It was finally Tom Holland gets that classic Spider-Man look, other than just being Iron Man Jr. So I want to see it play as that suit. Um, Last for Peter, it's kind of similar to the first one, but I don't know if y'all know, but the Ultimate Spider-Man comic suit, he has like your basic red and blue, but he has the big eyes and then the web wings attached. I want to use that suit for sure. As far as Miles, I I know I'm pretty sure they're gonna have the Across the Spider Verse suit. I mean, I just think they will, but I actually like his Into the Spider Verse suit better. Simply, I just like the fact that it's a spray painted Peter suit that he kind of made his own. So you still see like the spray paint marks. I just like that aspect of it. So, but yeah, definitely both of his Into the Spider Verse movie suits. And then as far as the symbiote, um, I don't know. It's a symbiote suit from a game called Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. And basically, it's a black suit, but it has like a purple shade over it, so it's not just straight matte black. And I always like that. So that one, and then another symbiote suit from Spider-Man the animated series in the '90s. It's basically the same thing except instead of the purple kind of overlay, it has like a navy type overlay over it. Because I don't like just a straight black matte suit. I mean it's cool, but I kind of like the like a color over it also. Those are the suits that I hope in the game.
Yeah, I mean those sound. Like, I haven't seen some of them, but those sound really cool. And you're gonna also have the original, like the. I think they're gonna for most. I see them bringing back the 2049 for both. I see them also doing like just original style and possibly even comic style. I've seen comic style for both games, where like it's the black, the red, and like it's like red and then like the black arms instead of blue, or or one of the two. Yeah, I see that going. And then obviously there's gonna be new suits. Whatever they come up with, I hope it's good. If it's not, then I guess we just don't pick those suits.
Yeah, I think they said 65 different suits in total, so it's gonna be a lot to choose from, for sure.
That's even more than the original game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a lot. I mean, I'm just hoping it's a good game in general.
I don't like the redesigns that they did, like the redesign of Mary Jane and Peter and stuff. I don't really like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like the remastered version. It looked a lot better than the original. But I haven't looked at. I need to look at the trailer.
I think it's mainly Mary Jane, bro. They got Mary Jane looking like Aunt May now, instead of like I don't, I'm cool with how Miles looks. Peter, I like his PS4 face better instead of like the baby Tom Holland look he got. But,
But Mary Jane, I mean, it would make sense to make her older because this is like a few years after the original game, right?
yeah. I don't know. They need to balance it out though, because now they got her looking like Aunt May, and then you got Peter. He's supposed to be what, like 25 ish now or whatever. I mean, he's looking 15, so I mean, it's not really
Yeah.
balancing out.
I mean, but it is just a trailer, so there could be fixes in the game. Um, but yeah, that's the only thing I could think of is like that might be like an early mock-up, or I guess not really early, like mid mock-up.
When is the game being released? When is it coming out?
Ned, I think next month.
October 20th, I believe. October 20th.
Yeah, 20th. I mean, it looks
And you
like
been
there's gonna be new places. Like I see a carnival area, um, and Kane is gonna get his debut. It looks like. So I'm excited, especially for the new villains.
Yeah. I forgot about that too. The new boroughs or the new cities they added, you now can go into Brooklyn and Queens also. So it's like 2 times I think the map size.
Yeah.
And Mysterio is gonna be a villain. I think he's a confirmed villain. So that should be cool too. I know we were talking about him last time.
Yeah. I'm excited to see who like I know it's Norman. What's Norman's son name? Harry. It's Harry. I know it's Harry in that like green goo stuff that we saw at the end of the last two. But I think he might be like the Goblin Jr. that we saw in Amazing Spider-Man. I think that's what he's turning into. So he's a possible another villain unless they're gonna make a third Spider-Man game with him in it. Which at that point I feel like it's just drawing it out after like 2 games of teasing it.
So where do y'all think they're going to end up going with the game series? Do you think they're going to end up killing off Peter, or how do you think they're going to go on with it?
Crossplay. They need to go crossplay. That's where they need to go with the game series.
well, that's Sony, so I don't think they're gonna really do that.
Yeah.
They
I
need
think I
to.
think even going to PC was kind of that was a stretch. But I'm not sure. I feel like killing off a Spider-Man would be huge,
Yeah.
but at the same time, if it's connected to the movies, I feel like it wouldn't make sense. But I don't think it is. I think it's its own universe.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that because right, like I'm gonna love playing the game, but right now it's kind of like just too good to be true. We got two Spider-Mans going around. It's like one has to end. I know, like we going off comics. I know Peter he ended up dying, and that's when Miles like for real took over.
If they are going off the comics, I feel like that might be the play then. I feel like that's what they might do, like just as a final surprise at the end of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it'll be this game, but maybe like if they continue, like say they make a number three or something, I think it'll be in like the next game.
Or do you think maybe because you know, like when they
You're buffering. We can't see you.
I think we lost her.
Peter focus, and the only reason why I said it is because
Oh, there she is. You
what's
feeling
going
it?
on? I see y'all. Can you see me?
Yeah, now we can. You froze for a second.
Okay, that's weird. Okay, no, I was saying, so we know
Technical
He does
difficulty.
not want me to finish this.
Discord's like, no.
We can't see you again. Or hear you. Well, I technically can hear you.
Discord is just like, you're not doing this. Discord doesn't like this topic, I guess. It's gonna become a tradition to have technical difficulties every episode. Because Phil, you were buffering a little bit earlier too. You're good
Oh,
now.
really?
Yeah, you're good now, but just you were like freezing and in and out a little bit. It's confirmed Discord does not like Spider-Man.
Yeah, you know, definitely.
I need to add a scene. We'll be right back with the old TV lines with the rainbow TV lines.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Uh,
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we
we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you now.
You just can't see me, which is weird.
Where's Shane at? I need to. I'm used to hearing from Shane by now, man. You know.
Don't think Shane's in here today, or at
I
least right
think
now.
Shane. He
He might.
always creeps in when we talk about sports. Every time we get on sports, that's when Shane pops up.
It's not showing him in here, but normally it's normally
Can y'all
not
see me
that.
now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can see
yeah,
you
I
now.
can see.
Okay, I can't see y'all, but it's okay. Let me get this back where it was. Okay.
Well, I can see you on Twitch, so yeah,
Okay, just not on the Discord.
yeah.
Okay,
I
I
can
can't see y'all on the
Okay,
Discord
now I
either.
can see you on the Discord.
Okay, you can.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know what's going on. I can't see y'all, but I can hear you. Like I
Bro,
can hear y'all the whole
barbecue,
time.
barbecue. Bro, I am not trying to throw no shade at you, Miss Thing, or Phil, but when it was just us two, we did not have these problems.
Oh, I
Unless
can
it
I can
rained.
leave. I can leave.
No, we don't want you to leave. You're great for the content.
I can leave.
Kid Vicious, you're making our guests leave. Don't make our
It's
guests leave.
I'm just joking. I'm just
I
joking.
always mess with the guests. When have I never messed with the guests?
You
Yes,
did
this
mess
is.
with your
I,
friend last week.
Who?
Yeah, he
Well,
was on.
Malcolm barely was in here. He barely was in here. I mean, barely. Like
it's fine. I
he
don't take it
really
personal.
disappointed me.
It's okay. I don't take it personal.
It was a slap in the face when he did what he did.
But hold on. Let's go back real quick. So, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Um, but you mentioned Venom earlier, right? Because were you asking about the villains? I feel like it was a question about the villains in the game, or no? Did I miss that? No.
We were talking
It was
about Kane. Kane was gonna be in there, and then Phil was talking about something. I cannot remember what Phil.
Oh, I was saying, what do we think they're going like? Are they going to kill off Peter in the next
Oh
game if they
yeah.
make one? Like,
Okay.
what
Okay.
they do?
Okay. Got it. Okay. Sorry.
So
I don't think they're going to. I don't think it would be good for business.
Okay.
And I think too, because so many people have connected more so with them, like a generation of people have connected with like, and I know it's not directly the MCU movies and like Spider-Man and like Peter and all that. And then like I can see like a little kid get in the game and they be like, Peter's dead, like, and that could derail a franchise. I'm not saying that they couldn't do it, but just from I don't know, like an MCU Sony idea kind of side. I don't see that maybe happening. It could, but I just don't think that that would be maybe where they would go. Maybe something else will happen that's dramatic, but I just don't know if it'd be killing
Yeah,
Peter.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't know if Miles is strong enough yet to support his own game, own like full game, anyways, right now. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I actually do think they are connected to the movies because in the game you see Avengers Tower too. So I do think they might be connected to the movies, but Aunt May, just to be clear, we also saw the new Spider-Man, the most recent one.
Mhm.
Okay, so Aunt May dies in that one, but she dies earlier in the game. So I don't know if they are there, if they are connected to the movies. I don't think they'll kill off either one of them, but I do. If they're not, um, it's a possibility, or one of the Spider-Men might go on leave for a while, like what they did in the Miles game. I
Mhm.
see that
Yeah.
happening. So they can always bring him back without saying, "Oh, we did special revival magic or something." So they can always bring him back, be like, "Hey, I came back," and so they always have that in their pocket. But I don't know if they would do the killing off. But again, it is also, I wouldn't put it past them to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Before we get on to our next topic, we need to pay the bills around here, so we need to do a little ad. So if you have not heard of Midnight Energy, new energy drink company, great clean energy, doesn't have make you have a sugar crash. Use code BBQHD for 10% off your order. They also do special promotions here and there, so keep an eye out on the website for that. but I've had it for a few months now, and I can say that it is really good. I probably my favorite flavor is solar sherbet. So just a little ad spot right there.
You should have said, tastes good after you just drunk some.
It does taste good.
That would have went well with that.
Oh, you mean this? Like this?
Like drinking it this after you swallow it, tastes good or something like that.
Tastes scrumptious.
Oh my god.
Like that?
What?
All right, now time for a new segment. We tried this out a little last week. It's the villain versus series. We take popular supervillains and put them up against each other in a fight, see who would win, and last one standing obviously wins. So for our first fight of the night, Riddler versus Penguin. What are our thoughts on this one?
We're gonna let our guest go first.
Riddler versus Penguin. Hmm. And they have like access to all the things they would normally have and everything. Ooh. I didn't think this was gonna be the one we started with, so that's why I don't have my thoughts together right now.
It's a tough one. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so just quick question. What was like Riddler's like, I mean, of course, like Batman antagonist, like all those different things. But what was like his biggest thing that he did that I think that would be wreak havoc on Gotham? Like, what was his biggest thing?
He was the one in the recent movie, right?
Yeah.
The-
Both of the people were in there.
I didn't watch the newest movie, so this is on everyone
Oh,
who watched it.
I'll go first. I'll go first on this one. So if you watch Gotham, Gotham gives you a lot, like gives you a lot of information on all of them. And Riddler is basically in my opinion, an off-brand Joker in a way, in a sense. I feel like he is. Because all the Riddler really does is just like it's more hand-to-hand combat and stuff. And I feel like, but I feel like he's always doing the little riddles, and if you don't get the riddle right, he'll kill you or whatever. So, like I feel like he uses like guns, doesn't he use like guns, bombs, and stuff the Joker used. So, and then the reason why I made this matchup, I thought it would be I don't know an easy one because they were there. I feel like they were more evenly matched, so I just picked this one. So,
It's very even. It's very even.
but I feel like I'm gonna go with Penguin on this because like Penguin's a straight up gangster, bro. Like that guy's a freaking gangster, bro. Even though they made him soft in Gotham he was pretty soft in Gotham. But yeah,
And he
he's
was
a straight
fine.
up gangster. So I'm gonna go with Penguin on this one. I feel like Penguin would easily kill the Riddler.
I guess I'll go. I'm gonna take the Riddler. Penguin. I like Penguin. Penguin's one of my more favorite villains, or one that I like. And when you look at Penguin, I mean, he's nothing but a mob boss with a crazy umbrella. I mean, we're just being real. Riddler, like you said, I mean, I can go for he's an off-brand Joker, but similar to Joker, the schemes and stuff that he does really gives Batman a lot of trouble. Of course, your average person, they're not able to solve his riddlers. And with those schemes and stuff, whether he's creating robots or he has a bomb in the clock tower, he's like, you don't solve this, then it's gonna explode. Whether it's anything like that, Um, you just if you don't solve the Riddler, you can't really you don't solve the riddle, and you can't really stop him. So as far as like him versus Penguin, I don't think he's smart enough to solve the riddles. I don't think any of his men would be smart enough to solve them. So with that being said, I mean he could easily, whether he sends someone or a robot or something to go do it for him, or he sets an explosion or a bomb off. Penguin doesn't stand a chance when it comes to that because Batman's the greatest detective, and even he struggles with it. And then if we're talking just hand to hand combat, they both can't really fight. I think all four of us could take them, but but
Really?
the Riddler would definitely handle Penguin in hand to hand
Bro,
combat.
I
Also,
know I know I could handle Penguin. You know, barbecue probably could. You know, barbecue, barbecue and Penguin. Like, cause like I feel like with like if we're talking about original, you know, fat penguin. Not trying to be mean or anything. He's a big dude. But anyways, if we're talking about an original penguin, I feel like yeah, he can easily be beaten in a fight. But we also did say, didn't we say that we were picking these guys in their prime? So, I mean, he's still young. He still could move around in a hand-to-hand combat. I feel like Riddler would lose. Like, oh my God. Like, the Riddler
no,
is so frail looking. Oh my gosh, no. Oh my God, no.
so Penguin is like
He might have
he
more stamina than Penguin, I'll give you that. But no,
Penguin can
hand
barely
to hand,
walk. The
hand
Penguin
to
can barely
hand.
walk. You talking about he's winning a fight hand to hand combat?
Bro, shoot, he can beat him up with the umbrella, bro. Yeah.
We're talking hand to hand. Riddler got his little his question mark cane.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah,
I mean, but he can still walk. I think Penguin can still walk without the cane. I mean, he'll just look real funny, but I still think he can fight without the cane. I feel like he would drop it when you take that many punches. Oh my God. That's like Mike Tyson versus
no, it's not.
who?
No, don't compare no one to Mike Tyson in this.
That's like
No one's
Mike
Mike
Tyson versus
Tyson.
Floyd Mayweather. He would kill him. Like the Riddler would kill him. They're in like two different weight classes. Oh my God. He would demolish him one punch.
They both can't fight. But if they would go at it, I think Riddler has it.
I
No.
think that if in this, I know like Riddler, like you said, that he would have all these different things, but one thing Penguin has always been able to do is like get himself out of situations. So even if he isn't smart enough to figure out the riddle, I think he would figure out some kind of way like to get out somehow. Like his henchman might die or whatever, but I don't think he would necessarily die or, perish. But I don't know, like hand to hand, fist to fist, without it like being like traps or anything like that. Like you said, like the riddle and this is gonna blow up or anything like that. I don't really see that being interesting at all to watch that the two of them fight. It'd be an umbrella and a cane and a staff or whatever you want to call it, going back and forth, and that just be like, okay, this is enough.
Yeah, definitely.
Miss Dean just helped my point about Penguin winning this. It's like
Oh, I didn't say which one will win.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like,
Penguin is like another survivor, bro. Like Penguin is a straight up survivor, so he's gonna he know. I mean, he's not. His IQ level is probably low. He's not as smart as this Joker, but yeah, I feel like he can come up with something like. He's not
You
gonna
see,
find
I
the
don't
bombs.
really.
He's not gonna find the bombs. He's not that smart. I think he's that smart. He's gonna run before anything happens. He's gonna run. But I feel like I said, hand to hand combat. That man, his one of his foot's going in the opposite direction. The other one's going forward. I feel like he's gonna. I feel like he'll figure out some way to waddle over there and just throw them hands, bro. He'll drop them, bro.
Yeah, like I can definitely see where you're coming from, Miss Dean, with it. He's gonna find a way out of it. But kind of like because I forgot who we were talking about last episode, but they kind of mentioned the same thing as
Joker,
far
right?
as yeah, you're using like what ifs and what could possibly happen where I'm what am I trying to say? Yeah, you're just like what is what could possibly happen instead of what he can do, what will happen. We're kind of dependent on luck, or he'll just somehow figure his way out. Where I mean, what if he somehow doesn't? He's done.
I
So
mean, so that's usually been his thing. Like
yeah, I don't know.
he,
He gets caught by Batman a lot. He doesn't figure it out a whole lot.
well, we know they're not gonna let that happen with Batman because then that would be like Bruce Wayne can't even stop this guy, or figure anything out. But I don't know. This is hard. Barb, can you make this one? I don't know. I
I
can't
made
really.
this one. Thank you. Ooh, where'd she go? Did she disappear? Where
Am
was
I
that?
gone again? I'm
No,
here. I
you're
see
here.
y'all. Okay.
Something happened with my camera. I can only see me and barbecue. What the
Kid
world did I
Vicious is
do?
breaking stuff as normal.
Be quiet. I really can't see me. Hold up. How do I see all of you again?
All right.
I
While
really can't.
while Kid Vicious is messing with his stuff, I'm gonna put my. I don't know. I didn't watch the new movie, so I don't know their skill sets. The only skill sets I know is from Lego Batman 2 and the game. And I feel like Penguin because I mean he has his bombs
Mhm.
and I don't know. I just feel like Penguin could just one of his bombs could just easily take out Riddler. Like,
Well, if you say that, I feel like they're just gonna be throwing bombs at each other the whole
but like
time.
Riddler could be like explaining his riddle, and then a bomb he could just throw a bomb and he's dead.
I don't
So
know. I guess my whole thing with Penguin is like, what's what's skill set wise, what's the difference between Penguin and then like I forgot his first name, but his last name is Falcone. He's like a crime boss in that Gotham universe thing. Like, what's really the difference between them, other than manpower and stuff? In the Umbrella, I mean, they're both just crime bosses. So,
I
like,
mean,
for me,
yeah,
if we're saying,
they're crime bosses, but I feel like your There's a difference in that. I feel like Penguin is like your old school Italian mobster versus Riddler, who from the show Gotham was working as a forensic scientist in a at a Gotham, police department. So
so is an Italian crime boss stopping a
yes,
crazy smart maniac?
yes. Oh my God, you're talking to the person who loves the mafia, bro. I love that
I
stuff.
do too. I do too.
Those guys are connected. I mean, they got the police. That they can bring the police. He can have a police show up and they can fight the battle for him. I mean,
The
come
police
on.
can't solve the riddle.
You don't need the police. You just need their guns. You don't need that. You just need their
The,
guns.
they're gonna shoot the bomb.
They have people in the police force that solve things like that, the bomb task force or whatever. They can handle that. He has the police.
All I'm saying, like, Gotham has the police. They have no way of stopping Riddler's schemes without
Yeah,
Batman
and
solving the riddle.
Penguin is connected with the cops. They have a bomb squad that can disable all those bombs. All they
That
gotta do is
same
figure out
bomb
where
squad
it
can
is.
never do it.
All they gotta do is figure out where it is.
Okay, they know where it's at, but there's no way of disarming it unless they solve this riddle. Okay,
Bro.
like, all right, so because I go off of movies, TV shows, like I just go off like the character, everything they've been in. But that most recent Batman movie, the Riddler, he was the main villain. He had like a bomb attached to like wrapped around the guy's neck or whatever.
Yeah.
And the police, they came in, the bomb squad, they couldn't do nothing about it. Only Batman could come in and stop the Riddle. I don't even know he stopped it on time or not, but like the Penguin, there's nothing he can have whatever bomb squad unless he has Batman working for him. Now you telling me he has Batman working for him, then I mean he wins. We're doing Riddler versus Penguin. I mean I don't think he can win.
Like,
Nah, bro.
I feel like as the Riddler's explaining his riddle, like, I feel like that's his weakness there.
Because he's compelled to explain the riddle first before he does
Kinda
anything.
cocky. Like I'm gonna outsmart, and it's a whole thing, and it's like while he's doing all that, depending on what Penguin wants to do, get that umbrella. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
Because
mid
Penguin's
like
impulsive.
mid him
He's impulsive.
explaining it, he'll be like dead like before he gets to finish explaining.
All right, so how I'm picturing, I don't think he's explaining like every time he every time he explains it, he's usually like talking through a computer screen. He's never nowhere to be seen because he can't fight, so he's always hidden. So he's wherever he's at. He's talking through the bomber computer screen or whatever. So like that's my like yeah. If he's there face to face with him trying to explain the riddle, then I mean yes, I mean they're gonna stop him. But like usually how the Riddler does, it's like a monitor. He comes on, he's talking. It may not even show his face. It usually shows like a shadow, and then he's being cocky, explaining the riddle, and then you have to solve it.
That changes things because I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's not going because, like you said, he can't. If he does ever show himself, he usually has like he's in like some crazy robot or something. He's never showing
Yeah.
up in green tights with a question mark ready to fight like that. That's not what he does.
In that
Yeah, yeah.
case,
But I
I
just
don't
think
agree.
that's what I'm asking. Like, is this like hand to hand, or is it like with their skills and abilities? 'Cause if it's like skills and abilities tied in, then he would have the upper
Uh,
hand if he's being like he's basically evasive the entire time because he's behind, like you said, and he's sending things out, of what's going on. While more so Penguin is like, we're knocking on your door in your face, we getting ready to fight, kind of thing.
yeah,
I feel
I,
like
I
Penguin
do.
wouldn't come out at first. I feel like he would send henchmen out first before he would even fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might change my thing to Riddler because if he's behind a computer screen, I mean, yeah, I feel like that changes everything. So,
I feel
Misty,
like
which one did you pick?
I didn't pick yet because, like I said, I didn't know where we were fighting. I mean, how they were fighting. Um,
Kid Vicious is
and I was just trying to
your
think about their different skill sets. Um, if we're saying like being like evasive and so on and so forth, of course, Riddler would have the upper hand in that sense because he wouldn't be there. But I think if we're saying like if they were right there together and like the Kid Vicious said with the henchmen and just mob mentality that Penguin has, Riddler, I think, would be dead when he came in the door if it was like like that kind of combat. So I think it just depends on the scenario.
so Kid Vicious. This is your choices. What do
okay,
you?
yeah, I was going to interject, bro. Okay, so they're right there with each other, face to face. There's no evasive. This is a face to face fight. Like all this, like the villain versus villain, it's always going to be face to face with all their gadgets and stuff, but it's all face to face.
But then
Bet.
that kind of messes up the Riddler because his whole thing is like, I'm sending this to you and you have to figure out. So
Right.
that part wouldn't really work unless we're just saying like Phil said in the suit, like he's there in his.
Yeah, I mean all his gadgets. That's one of his
So,
gadgets.
so he's in his robot suit or whatever
Oh,
versus
but then that
Penguin.
changes things.
Yeah.
If he's in a robot suit, I mean, yeah. So,
Yeah, if he's in a robot suit, I'm choosing Riddler still.
yeah.
I'm still with Penguin, you know. Sorry, no. I'm staying with Penguin, you know.
You're on the losing side.
I don't give a crap, Phil.
I mean, he's used to it. He's a Packers fan, so
Oh, get out of here. Don't go off topic. That's a
Oh,
point deduction.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's going
have
off topic.
points.
I don't give a crap. You got points right here. I'm keeping points.
so,
Yeah.
so
Just
Riddler
mark
won
it
that
off.
one.
Yeah, Riddler
Who's up
wins.
next?
So then it's Catwoman versus Harley Quinn. I'm gonna
Now
go.
now you can't say they're gonna be running away in that fight. Those are two aggressive fighters right there. Come on out. I don't know who I'm gonna pick yet, but they're not running away. That's no running away right there. Those are both in your face fighters.
I'm gonna go Harley Quinn.
So,
I think Harley Quinn. She been with the Joker.
Yeah,
She's a little crazy.
yeah. She has her mallet and stuff like that.
And,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna go Catwoman. When I think of Harley Quinn, her fighting style is just so erratic and out of control. Where Catwoman, like, she knows what she's doing. She's good at combat. She knows how to fight. And then also, like, I know off of like the Arkham games, Harley Quinn never has a good look because I mean it is Batman, but he literally like knocks her out with one punch and it's done. Cause she just spin. She has the little head, the mallet, but she just spinning around. She's swinging everywhere. She don't really. She's just real erratic and doesn't really know what she's doing. Catwoman, she knows how to fight. And she's real slick and sneaky and knows how to work with the shadows and everything. So I'm gonna go Catwoman.
Yeah, but she can, like, she is erratic, which is part of her like thing with, her, but she's a skilled fighter, Harley Quinn. Um, and I think just because of how like they presented her in those situations, that may be why. But like comic wise and things like that, like she was fighting. She wasn't getting beat up. Like I said, she was with the Joker. He's crazy. She's crazy. She learned some stuff.
This breaks my heart because Phil is not my favorite person tonight, bro, and he knows why. It's not even related to this. He's not my favorite person today, but I gotta agree with Phil on this one. I'm gonna go Catwoman. I feel like Catwoman is. I feel like as far as like that is. I feel like their fight is as close as you get to a hand-to-hand combat fight. And because Catwoman has her, her claws or whatever, and then what's it? Harley Quinn has her mallet, but I feel like Harley Quinn is just gonna fight too wild, and I feel like Catwoman's a little faster than her too. Like I feel like she got speed on her too.
Remember, Harley Quinn's an acrobat as well. She has acrobatic abilities too.
Yeah. Doesn't Catwoman though too? I think she does
Mm,
too.
She has she has the like agility and movement and stuff like that, but I don't know.
I just feel like I said, a fight. I just feel like Harley. I feel like it'll be a great fight. I mean, I feel like they both are gonna get knocked down a couple of times, but I feel like in the end, Catwoman is just gonna claw her up. You know.
It was a tie, so we're gonna do two for that for the next round. We're gonna put both of them in the next round. So next one would be Ultron versus Riddler. I'm gonna give it to Ultron.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's like an easy win pretty much for him.
Ultron, the Age of Ultron robot
Yeah.
thing. Oh yeah, that's him. That's him.
Hey Riddler, I got your back, bro. Yes, I got your back, my
What?
boy. I don't want another tie. Heck no. I got your back, Riddler. I'm going with the Riddler for this one.
So
I
you're
don't
you're
like
putting
it for-
you're putting an average man versus a
Like the
person.
ultimate AI. Like he knows
Yeah.
everything.
I don't care. I don't care. I'm not agreeing with Phil again. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it twice. No. I'm
So
going
you even agree your choice is outlandish.
like, yeah, I just said that. No. I'm not agreeing with Phil again.
So
No.
you agree, but you just don't want to agree with Phil. So that's why you're giving a
No,
different
no,
answer.
I picked the Riddler.
So
You know he would
explain.
kill
3-1.
him.
There you go. 3-1. There we go. Next matchup.
No, I want you to explain
Oh my
how
god.
exactly the Riddler would win.
Bro.
Just explain.
Oh my god. No, next matchup.
No, we're not going on next until you explain.
Bro, what can I even explain? Oh my god. Oh my
I wish
god.
Shane was here to see.
I don't give a crap. Okay, I'm gonna try to defend you, Riddler. Just so I don't have to agree with Phil. Anyways, okay, so like you said, Phil, ooh, I'm about to use what Phil just said against him. Ultron would have to find him first. So he would have to find him. He wouldn't
Ultron
be
is
out there.
literally the internet,
I mean,
so it wouldn't be hard. As long as as long as the Riddler has something connected to Wi-Fi.
the Riddler, he might go old school, man, you know? He might go a little old school on us, you know, put it on a piece of
Satellite.
paper. Drop it from a
Ultron would take him to the
helicopter or
satellite.
something, rip it from a helicopter or something, you know? Yeah. But
You're
yeah, next one. I don't give a
that was
crap.
a
Just
that
know I'm
was
not a good
probably
fan.
one of your worst
I
arguments,
don't care.
and you've had some bad ones.
I don't care.
You've
Eat a
had
frog. I don't care. I'm
okay.
not agreeing with Phil for the rest of the show. No. I'm so angry with Phil.
All right, for the
I
first
ain't doing nothing
one,
to you.
we're gonna do Harley Quinn versus Electro, and then we're gonna go back and do Catwoman versus Electro. Harley Quinn. I feel like Electro would win. Because if you think about it, Harley Quinn doesn't have immunity. She's just like everyone else. She doesn't have immunity to electricity powers or anything. I'm gonna give this one to Electro.
I think Electro wins easily.
Now I gotta sit up here and defend another person because I don't want to agree with Phil. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like electricity is kind of like that. You could be more evasive than what was the last one that we just did?
Ultron.
Yeah, Ultron. Yeah, I feel like he's just basically a guy that can use a bunch of electricity, but I feel like Harley Quinn can get around that somehow. That's all I'm gonna say.
Somehow.
Somehow, yeah. Some way. I'm not agreeing with Phil. I'm not. No matter if he's wrong. Oh, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. They're gonna clip that one. Nope, I'm not gonna say that part.
Yeah, I think it would be Electra as well.
3-1. KB, you're losing this one. All right, now it would be Catwoman versus Electro. I'm gonna again give this one to Electro. Also, I think she'll probably do worse than Harley Quinn because if I remember, her Catwoman's claws are made of metal.
Mm-hmm.
So electricity goes through metal, and yeah, I feel like she'll be gone within seconds.
Because yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
she
think
had her whip too.
Electro.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I'm going with
Of course you
Catwoman.
are.
I don't give a crap because I know Phil's gonna go with Electro, and he just left because he's ducking the smoke. Yeah, he's ducking the smoke. Yeah, he's ducking me, guys. Yeah, he knows he's wrong.
I think he had to leave. Oh yeah, it's almost 9. Miss Dean,
Yes,
I think it's obvious, but which one do you choose? Catwoman or Electro?
it's gonna be Electra.
Oh, there he goes. He's not running from me that much. Oh, there he is. He's back.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I thought
Yeah.
he was
You're
running
back.
from
You're
me.
back. Yes.
All right.
No, we went too long without seeing my pretty face. I'm back.
Oh wow.
Wow. I mean, I think I'm the star of the show here, but
Oh, I'm the star. Everybody knows they come and see Kid Vicious say stupid stuff. You
you
can
didn't
clip
have a
that.
camera last week. No one
You
missed
can
you.
clip that. Hey, I was still the star of the show. All those memes on the stories and TikTok, I was still the star without a camera. That's real star power right there without the camera. Come on now.
Future me edit Kid Vicious out of all the everything.
Oh wow. Oh wow. That's crap right there.
This one's gonna be a hard one. Ultron versus Electro.
That's an easy one.
I'm
I'm
saying
going
it's hard
Ultron.
because electricity and technology don't really mix very well. And but Ultron is technically the internet, so without his robotic body, he could still be everywhere.
And his powers just would be like, I don't think they're even like in comparison though. Like his overall just like his abilities besides just being that. Um, I, I think that would be an easy one for Ultron, and I could be wrong, but I just think that would be an easy fight. I don't think he would have
Wait, hold
any
up,
really
hold up.
problems.
I pull back my pick until Phil makes his. My bad.
Yeah. I was going off the fact it took the whole Avengers to stop Ultron, and they struggled with it. And Spider-Man pretty much handles Electro by himself. So yeah, I'm definitely going with Ultron.
I'm going with Electro because Phil picked Ultron, and I feel like Electro would drain the city of its power before what's his name does anything. Electro would drain the city before Ultron did anything. So yeah, there you go.
I mean,
Electro wins. There you go. End of the battle.
well, it is hard. I feel like in Ultron's uh like robot body, I feel like, and if that's the only thing he had, I feel like Electro would win easily. But considering Ultron is technically the internet, and he can easily transfer himself to another being and just have infinite beings and pretty much recreate himself, and he has access to Iron Man's tech. So Iron Man already, like, he upgraded his tech to after his fight with Thor, and now lightning technically powers him up. So I feel like with Iron Man's tech, I feel like Ultron would win. So that makes Ultron this week's winner.
It was unfair. They were cheated. This is. We deserve a recount, a revote. I appeal this decision. Not guilty.
you based all your
I don't
stuff off
care.
what Phil, the opposite of what
care.
Phil said.
I don't care. Like, gosh, like, I'm so. Just wait till we get to the topic I want to talk to Phil about. Just wait. I'm so emotionally disturbed because of this. Like, I'm still getting over this. You know, it's just
Do you
tough.
need a Do you need a moment?
No, Miss Dean. Miss Dean, why did you say that? Stop messing with me. I don't
No,
need a moment.
you were expressing, so I thought you might need some time just to go right
Oh my
into
god.
it.
Oh my
No,
god. It was a robbery. I feel like
we're not.
it was rigged.
Hold on. Save that for
Barbecue
that
was
topic.
for politicians. He
Save that
is
Yeah,
for that topic.
save that.
Save that energy for that topic.
I feel like barbecue has rigged this. I feel like he bullied the
I
vote in
get
the
caught,
pig.
I get accused of rigging it
He
every
was
single week.
he was leading you guys on. I heard him a couple times say, "Miss Dean, you know it's obvious, but go ahead and make your pig." Like he was. I felt like he pressured you into making that pig. I feel like I was robbed. I feel like this was rigged and unfair. Okay, we're done. I'm done. Okay, let's go to the next topic. I'm done. I'm done.
Well,
You need to get that out.
Oh goodness.
So that puts KB at negative 56 points.
What? Hardcore drugs? That didn't make sense. Of course he.
Uh,
Of course he would. Of course.
all right, no, we got Miss Dean at 1, Phil at 1, and KB. You know what? Just so he won't pitch a fit, we'll give him 1.
I don't give a crap.
So next topic is Antonio Brown and the Steelers.
I want to go first on this,
All right, I'll
and
give you
this
the
is the
floor.
most. This is the most serious I'm ever going to be on this show. Like for real. Okay. Antonio Brown is living proof that mental health and sports should be taken a little bit more seriously and not just seeing these players as financially. I feel like I feel like they just saw it. They could have did things to, help him with that and stuff. I feel like the Steelers didn't do enough to help him. I'm not saying they tossed him aside. They kept giving him chance after chance before they, went ahead and traded him. I feel like there's something that could have been done, and I feel like as long as a player is giving them what they want, they're not gonna address certain issues. They're gonna look past certain issues because it took them a while before they, booted him out of the NFL. I feel like what team? Oh yeah, it was the Buccaneers where he had walked off mid game. I feel like that's when they was like, oh okay, yeah, we're just gonna toss him aside. And then his latest incident with the taking off his pants and throwing them at the people, and then they took his phone. Come on, you took this man's phone as well. I was like, oh my goodness. I feel like he should be in a mental health facility. But yeah. And the whole statement about him wanting to come play football again, no, that's a bad idea. That'll make it even worse. But yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I have a lot to say about Antonio Brown. I feel like I think we can all agree he has. I forgot the name of the brain. Of the brain.
CTE.
Yeah, CTE. I feel like he definitely has that. And I think it's because of I'm not blaming one specific person because it happens. It's part of the game. I feel like we also saw that with Chubb's injury. It's part of the game. Obviously, I hope both of them well. Um, but I feel like because of that hit that he took in the Bengals game, I feel like that did not help him with his CTE. I feel like that pretty much escalated a lot of things. Um, and I feel bad just because his career is down the drain at this point. He's trying to make a comeback as a rapper, but I mean, I don't think he's gonna come back to the NFL. I think it's all him trying to get attention. I feel like we kind of saying the same thing with Tom Brady and his retirement and trying to get on the media. I feel like that's sort of what he's doing, just on a more mental level. Um, but yeah, that's my opinion of that.
I guess I'll go. Yeah, Antonio Brown, like Barbecue was saying, and like hey, whether it's CTE or mental health, it's clear he's not right, and he needs to get the help that's necessary. Uh, like y'all are saying, it sucks because Antonio Brown, like, I know everything he's been doing off the field lately has been overshadowing it, man. Antonio Brown was a heck of a football player, man. I mean, he's in my opinion a top five wide receiver of all time, and like I could list it out, but I'm not gonna do it now. But yeah, I mean that, and he still has that talent there. I mean, but but yeah, I mean, even though he is suffering with something, I don't think that the blame should be off of him or that should be an excuse because the stuff that he's done, he's ruined for himself. Pittsburgh didn't want to get rid of him. He left them no choice. He went to the Raiders, got this big contract. He had like I don't want to make up a number because I'm not sure, but it was millions of dollars guaranteed, a huge contract. All he had to do was make it to week 1 of the season, and he would have got that money. He went to the Raiders, refused to practice, acting a fool on the Hard Knocks TV series. He called their general manager a racial slur, and he said, "Get me up out of here. I don't want to be here." And then after that, Tom Brady and the Bucks. Tom Brady gave him a shot. He said that, "Hey, I want Antonio Brown." He gave him a shot. He let the man stay in his house. I mean, and they won the Super Bowl and stuff. But the next season, Antonio Brown, he's talking all bad about Tom Brady, talking about how he wasn't a real friend, calling him all this stuff. It was like the man just let you inside your house, gave you another job, and you're doing all this to him. So, like you said, it sucks especially when you know that he still has and the type of player that he was. But and like I said, he needs to get the help that he needs. But I mean, it's really it's on him. And as far as him with the Steelers, he's not going to get another NFL job. I mean, let alone go back to a franchise that he did wrong. One of the three franchises he did wrong. Um, but yeah, I think his main focus doesn't need to be football, anyways. I think it needs to be figuring out life. What he wants to do. I know he's doing music. Do what makes you happy. But yeah, I just hope that he just gets the help that he needs because he's not headed down a good path at all.
How old is he?
Yeah.
Is he 33, 34? It's like around that age.
But I just want to know where these did he have any mental? I've never researched this. I've never like did he have anything come up in college? I felt like I
Me
saw
neither.
something about some problems that came up in college before the NFL. So my thing is I guess my question is that I want to know if did he have mental issue breakdowns or psychotic breaks or whatever they're called before he came into the NFL. I'm not saying he doesn't have that brain thing, but I want to know, is it both or did he have something before or like yeah.
I'll answer
Yeah.
your question in a second. He is 35,
Okay.
Oh,
so he is getting up there in football age. Anyway,
yeah.
so. But to answer your question, KV, I not sure about his college days, but he was good for most of his Steeler career. He was an amazing, like Phil said, he was an amazing wide receiver. Um, I'm, I'm almost disappointed I didn't get to see him play, because I wasn't into football at that time. But from what I heard, he had nothing until I think it was 2018 or 2019 when that after that Bengals hit.
Yeah, I think what I was saying, I'm not sure, but I feel like I did see something on Instagram of that they pulled up from his college days where there was an incident. I don't know the details, but I feel like after he made the Madden cover, not saying it was the Madden curse because this is no, nah. I feel like after that, I'm just doing that as a base point of when stuff started to spiral out of control. I feel like after that, that's when he started spiraling out of control. And I will say, yeah, he like Phil said, he was a good receiver. Of course, he's not better than hate to say this again now, but he's not better than like Julio. But like he was like
I'm sorry, bro.
he was like a tier below Julio, in my opinion. I feel like Antonio Brown was like a tier below Julio.
I ain't gonna
But yeah,
lie. I'm a Falcons fan, and I promise Antonio Brown was better than Julio, bro. It was the like they're both great, but Antonio Brown was that dude.
not to show love too much love to the Falcons because I'm upset right now. But anyways.
I know you mentioned college. The college is always hard. Like it's good to look back and see if he had a pattern of this showing. But I mean, everyone is always young, dumb. You're gonna make your mistakes at that time, also. So I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because I remember hearing the same thing. He did what he did in college, but then like Barbecue was saying, like throughout his Steelers career, he was good. It really like you said, I think it was 2017. It was a first round playoff game against the Bengals. He took like a hard like hit straight to his head, and that's when they say everything went downhill for him. So it was really up to them. That's why they say that he suffers through CTE and whatever else.
Yeah, I just pulled something up. I just wanted to know some more about, like you said, the early stuff. And they said a number of outlets are saying he had a lot of head injuries, high school and college.
I'll definitely do it. Yeah.
And this is all prior to them really doing all the concussion studies and things, that they have now. It's like they have all those things in the helmet, so they know to sit you down. So just thinking about um, how many times he got hit and probably didn't even know he had a
Right.
concussion, because it was get back in the game. So
Yeah, I think
yeah,
a really good documentary on this is what was it? Will Smith is in it.
Oh, that
Oh,
movie? You talking about that
concussion.
movie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Concussion. I feel like that definitely shines a light on a lot of things. Um, it's a great documentary. I watched it a while ago, but I think it definitely uh, like started. If I'm not again, I wasn't a football fan in general at that time, so I don't know like what concussion stuff was at that time. or what they had at the time. But I feel like because of that movie, they started paying a lot more attention to concussions and stuff and how it affects the brain. And it does do irreversible damage, but I mean, it's a part of the game, which it doesn't make an excuse for it, but um, and that's why you see a whole bunch of like previous uh, football players dying at relatively, I'm not going to say young, but they could be older if they never played football because of that. And you also have like suicide that happens with that and stuff like that. It's just not a good situation for anyone.
Well, the thing was prior, they didn't have the same like concussion protocols. I mean, they knew, you know, people were getting hurt, but like you said, I know one of the big ones was Junior Seau. When he committed suicide, and they opened him up because they can't diagnose CTE until you're dead, because that's when they look at your brain. But a lot of those players who were having issues, that they couldn't get around it because it's like you're paying these people millions of dollars, but you're not keeping them safe. And like you said, getting hit is a part of the sport because that's one of the main things. But someone can only get hit so many times before something, like happens. Like in baseball, a pitcher can only pitch so many pitches before he has to sit down. So like we're worried about your arm. We don't want you to get injured. But I don't think they were taking those same precautions with football initially, just because it was like you got to play, Like you're our best receiver, our best whatever. You got to be in the game. And I know now, especially with a lot of youth sports, if you get hit pretty solid, your coach has to go through concussion protocols with you right then. Like, and you're not going to go back in that game because they don't want to risk um, damage, brain damage, and all these other things that are happening now because they know more about the brain and all these different things.
Yeah, I think they're doing all that they can with trying to keep the sport of football the way it is. They're doing all that they can to keep it safe while still being able to play football. Like the padding on the helmet that they had to wear during the off season, during practice, like that. And like I said, and the fact that they're bringing awareness to it and a lot more seriousness to it, because what a lot of people got to understand too is that we look at these players, their NFL career, whether they play 5, 8, 10 years or whatever. A lot of us been playing football since the helmet was bigger than us completely. So, I mean, we've been taking hits and stuff. And I guess I say we because I played, but we've been taking hits and stuff for years. So you're talking about if you play 5, 8 years in the NFL, you're talking about 20 up to 20 years of hits you've been taking in football, games, practice, scrimmages, everything like that. So I mean, it definitely holds an effect to you. But like I said, I think now definitely they're doing everything they can to make it as safe as possible while without just getting rid of the sport completely.
Yeah. I mean, I one thing I will say, you kind of notice how times have changed because, like, I feel like is like with like some of the analysts, like some of them I feel like who is it? I feel like some of them can't like some of the former players, you can tell they've had some injuries, like trying to like regulate like how how the game was versus now. I feel like some of them they've acknowledged that. I feel like they acknowledge that there was a lot of concussions and stuff, and that it affected them mentally. So I mean, I feel like as a like a culturally, it's more acceptable in football for you to speak out about it now. I feel like back then it was kind of just thrown back in and he'll be fine.
Yeah. to kind of piggyback off of KV and Phil, like even it has come a long way, even with like like even within the last 10, 15 years, like with what Phil said with the padding on their preseason helmets and or the training camp helmets. I don't think it's is it preseason too, or is it just training?
Yeah, I think it's just
It's just
training.
Uh, so they're training camp helmets, and I feel like the NFL, like even like I think I saw this thing. It was like 2018 or 2017. They implemented a rule where you can't have tinted visors, so they can diagnose, like they can see if you had a concussion or not. So I think the NFL is trying, like, is really wanting to put more rules, or not so much rules, but more like technology also into it, technology and rules into it, with uh, like not only the visor thing and the padding thing, but like some of the technology hasn't even been invented yet, and they're but they're trying. They're work. I'm sure they have like a team that on it, like 20, like probably not 24/7, but that has like they have people whose job is specifically decreasing the amount of head injuries because I mean that's important. They have, I mean, like if someone dies from that, the NFL not only could have a massive lawsuit on their hands, but that's also like it comes to a point where do we stop? If someone dies on the NFL on one of those NFL fields because of a head injury, then I feel like they might get have no choice but to shut down the NFL. And they don't want that. Not only because of the money, but the moral, like behind, like the moral uh thing behind that.
Well,
I feel like they're getting a lot more. Oh my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. I feel like that Buffalo when that Buffalo player went down, I forgot his name. I keep forgetting that dude's
Mark
name.
Hamlin.
Yeah, Jamar. You said what? What's his name? First
Mark
name?
Hamlin.
Damar Hamlin. Yeah, okay. I feel like when he went down, that shined a lot of light. So that was something they could just sweep under the rug. So I feel like, that I feel like that was another point where they was like, all right, we need to ramp up the health and put more precautions in for people's health to help with that. Because I feel like I'm sorry the situation happened, but I feel like if that situation wouldn't have happened, I don't feel like the NFL would start implementing these new like precautions or protocols or putting stuff in place to help with player health.
Well, just bringing this up, 2015 was the big CTE lawsuit with the NFL. So that's kind of what was the catalyst for a lot of this because a lot of players are coming, reporting, and like people who are dying, who were former players. So they had to pay out 1 billion um settlement for the CTE. So like that they had to because they acknowledged that earlier on they weren't necessarily doing everything they could do to protect players. So that settlement is them acknowledging, like, yeah, we needed to have done better, which did lead to what you're saying now with the training camp, the padding and like, a lot of colleges now and definitely NFL, even in practice, like I know they were starting out with like the quarterback helmets, like positions that were prone to get hit. It automatically sends something to a computer that tells them this person got hit with this much force. He needs to be checked for a concussion. Like, and going through all these things. So they have to do that now because I hate to say it, it's a lot of times when money gets involved and people start suing and settlements have to happen. It's kind of like we're forcing you now to acknowledge that there was a problem and they have to address it. So, like you said, with him passing out on the field, they of course they were going to react, but they had to react like that because if they had not done everything they could have done for that young man to live, it would have been backlash like crazy.
I feel like it would have been like that lockout that the NBA had at one point, but somehow they would come back off of it. I don't feel like they would get shut down completely.
And next topic, the Ahsoka show.
Oh my God, please let me go first on this. This show, Star Wars, stick to movies. Stick to movies. Cause like you take like that show took like 4 episodes just for it to get good. It takes too they're too slow at building the storyline. Same thing with Andor. When I watched Andor, it took so long for them to they took them like 8 episodes for them to invade whatever they were gonna invade. I'm not gonna spoil it. But Star Wars, if you're gonna make a show, man, John Wick it for me a little bit. Come out, fight, like do something. Like you like this storyline because they have kind of Ahsoka's storyline in there, and then they kind of have the Star Wars Rebels storyline meshed together in a sort. Because I don't, what's that girl name? I forgot that girl name. Anyways, the Mandalorian. What's her name? What's that Mandalorian girl name?
Sabine, I think.
Yeah, Sabine, and her whole thing is, oh, I didn't like how she sit up there and betrayed her, even though Ahsoka knew she was gonna do that. But anyways, I feel like Disney, y'all could have had put whoever the writers who wrote that. I feel like y'all could have did something, gave her the Force. Maybe the Force would have helped her understand or realize that she shouldn't have handed that map over to those bad guys. And I feel like she was the wrong person to take on that mission. She was too emotional. Like she was very emotional. And I like Ahsoka, but Miss Dean knows how I feel about people's faces. When you keep making the same face at me on that screen, it irritates me. Like Jonathan Major, that man looks like he's about to cry every time I see him. Oh, it's so annoying. All she did was this the whole time. Like a mysterious look every time. Not everything's mysterious. And then when she was talking, oh, I think I know how to find Sabine. Like you don't gotta be mysterious on that. That's everything you talk about. Show some emotion. Like the only time she showed emotion, like, oh no, she's not coming with me. No, absolutely not. You were the worst Padawan ever. And it was just so crazy. I was like, and then she got some demons in her closet. I didn't even know her and Anakin's little relationship was like that. I thought that was like I've seen Clone Wars, but I've seen bits and pieces from the beginning and the end. I don't think I've watched it all the way through, but I didn't think her and Anakin kind of I knew they were on bad terms, yes, because went evil, went to the dark side, but I didn't know that he didn't train her traditionally, like in what was that, the fourth episode or whatever, fourth or fifth, because I didn't watch the fifth. I got tired and was ready to go to bed. I'll admit that, but yeah, I feel like it was the fourth, whichever one she was fighting him on that little road, I guess you could say, when he was like, oh shoot, I just lost my train of thought. Anyways, let me get back. I feel like I just feel like she has a lot of demons in her closet. She's still resentful of Anakin. She hasn't fully got over her little abandonment issues when it comes to Anakin. So I felt like Sabine was never gonna be the perfect Padawan. Rather, she got caught onto the Force. And then on top of that, Sabine, my issue with you is you betrayed your culture. Oh my God. You want to become a Jedi? You're Amanda. You're a legit. Well, they're legit the galaxy's guinea pigs or the galaxy soldiers. All you got to do is pay them money, and they'll do whatever you want them to do. They don't have any morals, in my opinion. I mean, they had so many civil wars on their planet. Planet. You'll find that out in Mandalorian if you watch that show. Like to train a Mandalorian to be a Jedi, that was an awful move. Like, and then I feel like she should have just let Israel go because I feel like he's dead. I just do. I feel like he's dead. I don't think he's out there. I just feel like he's dead. And then what's the blue guy named Drex or something? I I enjoyed him. I liked when he came on the scene. He came out there. He came out there all cool and stuff. He already had his men ready. They had been ready for years for war. They got ready. You know, I always root for the bad guy. They were ready. He had his. They were in formation and everything. They were organized. And then I also feel like the people who helped release him or whatever. I feel like that big dude, which he betrayed the Jedi Council, that was disrespectful. I feel like he's gonna get killed at some point by his Padawan. And I feel like the Padawan senses that he's weak. He has some weaknesses, and he's kind of hesitant. So I feel like he's gonna get killed at some point by his own Padawan. And then Ahsoka, I will give Ahsoka this. She did kill that other sword person. I don't even know his name, but I don't give a crap. I didn't know he was killed so easily. I thought that would have been a better second battle because the first battle, he came in there and he was pushing her around and then he escaped on the little plane. And yeah, but to sum up how I feel about Ahsoka, it's like if I have to give a number, I'm gonna give it like give it a I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7 just because 4 and 5 were good, and I feel like if the next episodes after that kind of do well, it'll be a better little mini series to me, or a series or whatever it's called. But yeah, I mean, and then this is the last thing. How you gonna train a Mandalore to be a Jedi? Come on now. She didn't even go to the
And
Jedi
Nicole was
Academy.
training Grogu to be a Mandalorian.
I mean, but
He
Grogu's
was
different.
a
He has
Jedi.
his voice and all that. Even though everybody calls him Baby Yoda, you say his name. That's what I want to say. That's all I got to say about that. But yeah, like I feel like to train a Mandalorian to be a Jedi was a bad, bad idea. They're basically they need to learn. They need to just learn their place. They're a soldier for hire, and just do that. Not train them to be a Jedi. That's all I gotta say. Next.
I think he spoke enough for all of us, right? We good?
Bill,
Um,
would you?
after the hour that Kid Vicious took. Also, spoiler warning. For anyone watching, a little too late now, but
Y'all was like, no spoiler alerts.
um, I mean, I agree with you. It did start out a little slow. I feel like they could have cut episode 2 out. Um, I watched the whole thing. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna address the what's his name that you think is dead. I'm not gonna address that.
Ezra.
But yeah, Ezra. I'm not gonna address the Ezra situation. But I will say after episode 4 into episode 5, end of episode 4, all of episode 5, I loved. No point in giving a spoiler warning because Kid Vicious already ruined that. But uh, that whole seeing Hayden Christensen on the big screen again. I mean, I love the prequels. I'm one of those rare people who love the prequels, and seeing him on the screen again in Clone Wars armor, I was just like, it made me as excited as that first drive in the Steelers game. Um, that made me really happy. I love that.
So I think one of the reasons why it was so slow, I think what did, and it's not just here. If you watch WandaVision, it was kind of the same way. Like the first 3 episodes were kind of like, what in the world is going on? I think what they're trying to do is kind of help build some backstory because we saw Ahsoka a little bit in the Mandalorian. Um, in the Mandalorian episode, was it the first? Okay, I don't remember anyway.
I think it was
We saw
season
her briefly
2.
then. Yeah, and so I'm just thinking they started kind of that just to kind of let us to, I guess, quote, catch us up on a lot of stuff. And so we could understand what was going on with like Sabine and Ahsoka and the general, like all these things, and like the whole thing with Thrawn. Because I think they just threw us into, okay, she's back. She's trying to find this Empire admiral that's gone, and this whole thing. I think that would have been like kind of rushed because I don't know if anybody watched. Did anybody watch Secret Invasion? Anybody watch that Nick Fury show? Okay, so, huh?
I didn't finish it.
Okay, so yeah, I finished it, but I think what Disney and is doing in a lot of things is they're trying to build that, I guess, backstory for like the first half of a season, and then jump you into, okay, now here's the action in the last like 4 or whatever episodes, 3 to 4 episodes, just to, I guess, give a backstory and I guess for ratings purposes. Um, but so far, I haven't made it that far in it. And even though I got a little bit of spoilers, I'm going to still watch it so I can understand what's going on.
Katie,
Hey,
um,
I understood. When I did my assignment, you said go watch Ahsoka, so I went and watched Ahsoka.
you didn't
Which
watch.
is
I
fine.
assumed everybody else did too.
Which is fine. But I'm just saying, I think I got episode. I was in near the end of episode 3, and I was just trying to figure out like what's going on, and then like with the whole thing with Ron, and they got the map, and just kind of understanding what was happening there. But I think I'm interested to see where they're going to try to continue to go with the Star Wars. If they're going to continue with miniseries or try to go back to more movies, just because of how it's like it's just so much, I guess, being thrown at you, like what they had Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Andor, Ahsoka. I feel like they had another one too, um, just in miniseries to kind of keep this, because it's like, where are we in the timeline or, in the Star Wars universe?
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
so I'm definitely glad all you guys went before me. Start off. I'm not a Star Wars fan, but I do really like Star Wars, like the original episodes of movies, like those. The newer ones I couldn't get into. Like ever since they started with I don't remember her name, but the new Jedi in the movie,
Ray.
is she a Skywalker too?
Right.
Yeah, yeah, Ray. Is she a
That's a
Skywalker?
debate. Not.
She okay,
I'd say no. She's not a Skywalker. Everyone else
okay.
says she is, but all the original fans say she isn't. All the people who are just now getting into Star Wars say she is.
Okay.
She's
Yeah,
not.
but I only like the first movie with her was okay, but the other ones I can't really get into like that. Um, also, quick side note: Luke Skywalker is the most overrated main character in the series there's ever been. I never seen somebody be the main character in the face of a franchise, but and like I'm a casual, but like is he done? Like other than Luke, I'm your father, got his hands slushed. Like Luke Skywalker has never had a bad, you know what moment where the Empire's coming, everyone's struggling. Here he comes, take off his hoodie, take out everyone. Like Luke Skywalker, he hasn't had a moment like that. Like anyways, getting to the point. So Ahsoka. The only reason why I gave it a try was for the podcast sake. Then I grew up watching Clone Wars on Cartoon Network, so it was kind of like nostalgic. I was like, okay, I remember her. So yes, I'm at a stage in my life where it's hard for me to sit down and just watch stuff. But I gave it a try twice, and I watched it, and I was like, this is hard to get into, man. And I'll be real, that's it was hard to get into for me. Um, but from the way from the way you guys are talking about it, I mean, from the way you guys were talking about it, it's like it started off slow and then it picks up a little bit. It has a lot of filler and stuff. I just think Star Wars needs to kind of good things have to come to an end. I just think they need to go ahead and just let it be from the sound of everything. Um, yeah, in my opinion. But yeah, that's like I said, I don't have too much to say about the show. I didn't watch any of the other the Mandalorian, all that. I know my brothers and stuff watch that, but
You need
yeah, I
to watch
didn't.
The Mandalorian. It is so good.
It
I
is
feel
really
like
Yeah, I didn't.
the only miniseries that Stars has done that didn't bore me was Boba Fett. Boba Fett, he had a lot of flashbacks in that miniseries, but they were like fighting. It was just I was excited to go back and watch Boba Fett. I was bored the whole time through Mandalorian. But I feel like Stars, they just need to pick where they want to be at in the timeline. They just keep going forwards, rewind, forwards, rewind. And then y'all need to pick whether y'all want the Jedi to be still alive or or do you want them to be all dead? Like pick one.
Did you like
Yeah, but whatever
Obi-Wan?
happened.
Obi-Wan, I'm not even a big Obi-Wan fan. I just kind of watched Obi-Wan just because I didn't really like Obi-Wan. But I feel like I like the Boba Fett. I love villains, so Boba Fett is basically a villain. So, I like that. And then Mandalorian, the first season, oh yeah, the first season was amazing. And then that second season, no, that was boring. But third one was pretty good.
yeah. They are making more
They-
movies.
No,
They
leave the
are.
movies alone. Just make the
It's been
miniseries.
confirmed. As much as I I'm a prequel fan, and then I like the originals, and then the new ones. I'll agree with Phil are terrible. I do not like the newer ones. Like he said, the first one's okay. I mean, I feel like the whole reason why they brought it back was one because George Lucas even came out and said he wanted to make more, but he just didn't have the resources to do more. That's why he sold it to Disney. Um, and I feel like the whole writing. I feel like the writing it had the potential to be good. The writing is just terrible. Um, and I'm not trying to bash actress. I mean, I know they work incredibly hard, but she got a lot of backlash whenever those movies came out. Because as a viewer, you view that actress or actor as that character, and I feel like actors and actresses get a lot of like flack if it's a bad movie or a bad TV series. I'm sure she's an amazing actor, just or actress, just terrible writing. I feel like terrible writing has everything to do with the blame. I will agree with Miss Dean, and I do think it is uh, to tell a story. The first few episodes being boring, it does tell a story, but at the same time, I feel like they could add something, a little more pizzazz to it instead of just a lot of it talking. I feel,
Very,
yeah, I feel like they
very
could add more pizzazz to it.
I will say this, and I'm a bit biased, but I'm gonna have to address this. The best movie, and I don't give a crap how much flack I get about this, out of the new ones, the best origin story, the best movie, they did an excellent job was my boy Han Solo. That movie was the best out of all the new ones. And I feel like they did a good job of telling why Han Solo did what he did and stuff. He was from a poor part of the galaxy, a poor planet in general. Oh my God! I mean, you couldn't help but turn to a life of crime on that planet. Like, really, you really can't. But I feel like they did a good job of making the origin. That movie was a good origin story that they did well on, that Disney did well on. It wasn't boring. It was entertaining and stuff. I mean, it just had a lot of. Didn't have a lot of. I mean, it had action, but Han Solo's more known for talking himself out of situations or getting his ship to work at the last minute. They showed how he got his ship. So I will say I feel like that was the first time Disney put some effort behind making an origin story for someone.
Yeah. I'll say one more thing about Ray's movies. Uh, I hate to take it that route, but I'm gonna be real. I think the reason why I never was able to connect with her is because I'm gonna be real. I wanted the black guy to be the Jedi, man. I thought they was gonna make him the Jedi.
You want to
True,
tell
I'm
boy, you get to be the judge.
sorry.
I haven't seen a black Jedi since Samuel L. Jackson, like with the purple lightsaber, man. Like I thought they
Mhm.
was gonna make, especially when he was in the forest, about to fight the guy. I think he got body just real quick. Like I don't even remember, but yeah, I thought they were gonna make him the Jedi. So of course, when I watching the movie, figuring out that clearly wasn't gonna happen, I was like, man, like
You're like, nah.
yeah, and that was really it for Star Wars with me. Cause I was a fan before then. I'm gonna say like I was real into it, and then after that, I was like, I just can't get with it no
I guess I just think about my intro to Star Wars or like the original movies, like New Hope and all that, the Ewoks and everything. Like, of course, quality doesn't hold up today, but then, like you start getting into like episode one, Phantom Menace and all those, when we start getting more about Anakin, that whole backstory. I haven't really gotten into any of the new. What was the one with? Uh, uh, I forget. It was one on where when the son was the one killing people. I forget which one that was. I think that's the only one I've seen recently, just because
more.
I just. Hmm,
That was when Han Solo and Princess Leia's son was killing all of
yeah,
them and
him.
stuff.
I didn't mind him. I know he was trying to be dark, Anakin, Dark Vader esque. I was like, it's not the same, but um, I liked the miniseries. Like I said, Ahsoka is a little slow, but I've enjoyed. I did not watch Andor yet. I have to take that back. But I mean, I didn't mind. I liked Obi-Wan. I thought it was a good story. Um, learning more about Leia's and them background. I liked Mandalorian definitely. That's my favorite one. It's he said Baby Yoda, Grogu. I mean, I felt like he was just great. I want to know more about him and what he's gonna do.
Hey
Shane, what's
Shane.
up, bro? I was looking for you today. But anyways, I will say this. Ahsoka did show that Anakin did have some villain tendencies before he went over to the dark side.
Oh, if you
It
go
did
back and
show,
watch some of the other stuff, you see
he,
it. You
yeah,
see
he
it.
had,
You see it in
he,
Obi-Wan, like when they go through those things and they're, and different things they're talking. You see where he did have those, like you said,
yeah, if you go
those
back and like watch the movies, you kind of can see that he had those tendencies. I like before I actually went back and watched those movies, I was like, that had to be somewhere, some way this couldn't have to get around it. But there, I feel like that, even if he wasn't, brought over to the dark side, he would have got over there on his own.
tendencies.
So
You
yeah,
guys
but
are
I
gonna
I just feel like Ahsoka shouldn't be so salty about how it ended.
you guys are gonna be mad at me,
You
but
didn't record. You
no.
didn't
Well,
record.
no,
You
I
never
didn't
record.
because I just downloaded it now. But I'm gonna give you the real reason why I love the prequels. I'm gonna say Anakin's handsome.
It's not for me.
Stop calling men handsome. Stop calling men
Bro,
handsome. Please.
look at him. Look
Oh
at
my-
him.
Kristen, please stop calling men handsome. Oh my god.
Look at him though. Look at him.
No,
Look
that's
at
not
him.
for me. That is not for me. I'm saying what Phil said. That is not for me. Not for me, Christian. That is not for me.
Like
Of course,
look at him.
No,
Look at him.
no, that's just
Look
not
at him.
for me. It's not for me. Oh man, that's not for me. I'm
Plus the
sorry.
blue lightsaber. My favorite color was blue, so blue lightsaber also counts in there.
I
But
had a feeling barbecue was gonna call someone handsome at another man handsome at some point. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. It's not for me.
like, just I'm a huge fan of Anakin,
Oh my god.
I see.
and like,
You left him off your list, didn't you? You didn't mention him with.
Oh,
yeah,
don't
because
make him
I
bring up
didn't
the
even
list.
think of him.
Don't even make him bring up the list. Oh,
Same thing
God.
with Obi-Wan. Like he's like Anakin's. I'm gonna say Anakin's like a 9.5. Obi-Wan's like an 8. And then obviously you have Hawkeye, who's a 10. You got who else? Young Robert Downey Jr. Like peak Iron Man. He's like a 10.5. I'm gonna say.
Crap. Shade, I am comfortable in my own skin, but barbecue takes this to a point to where it is borderline not. How do I say this without saying it? It is. It's not just like, oh, you look nice. He's rating how good they look. Like what?
Was young Robert Downey a 10.5 out of 10?
Yes.
God.
Out of 10.
Okay. I just want to make sure we were on the scale. I understood the scale.
10.5
Okay.
out of 10.
Oh my god.
I'm not
feel
even
like
gonna mention what's his name?
I feel like everybody has their thing that they say in every episode, and I feel like I'm gonna try to accept that barbecue's gonna call a man handsome at some point in the episode.
I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
mention Danny DeVito.
What the world?
He's on your list?
No.
Okay.
And then Phil, he always has a slick remark he likes to make, and I guess I'm known as the guy that makes outrageous takes.
But
Oh my
wait, one
God.
more thing.
Does this list get brought up each episode?
Pretty much.
At some point, it does. At some point, especially when we talk about Marvels. When we talk about Marvels,
Let's talk about
somehow
one more.
Hawkeye comes in there. Somehow Hawkeye gets mentioned in there, and he's like, "Oh, we don't forget to mention that how handsome Hawkeye is."
Jeremy Renner. Okay.
You gotta.
So
I
Jeremy
gotta.
Renner, Ewan McGregor, Robert Downey Jr., and then you also put who's the actor that plays Anakin? What's his name?
Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Christensen. Okay. Danny DeVito. That was different on the list. We kind of changed
Danny
it.
DeVito's. I'm gonna give him a 5. I mean, he's handsome, but he's not like up there.
He's not up there.
I will say this. I will give my hats off, barbecue. You're more of a man than me. I would not admit this or say these things on camera.
I'm gonna add one more.
I would not say these on camera.
Owen Wilson.
Oh,
Who is that?
okay. All right.
Owen
He
Wilson.
was like, that's Lightning McQueen.
Yeah. Owen Wilson. He's a solid. Say 9.7.
Okay, so Ewan McGregor is a 8.5.
Yep.
Owen Wilson is a 9.7. Robert Downey is a 10.5. Danny DeVito is a 5. And where was Christensen at? What was his
He
number?
was, I think, a 9.5.
Okay,
So Owen Wilson is above him.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Phil. At some point, you're gonna have to say your famous words. I need you to go ahead and say your famous words, bro.
Uh, so next topic, what we got?
Next topic.
Hey, I respect it though. I respect it. You know, it's not for me. I respect it.
There we go.
It's not.
The fair is not for me.
Next topic. Miss Dean, you're gonna love this one. It's a
Oh my
surprise
God.
topic.
I told him not to. I told them not to.
It's a surprise topic. Why
Oh,
math is the worst subject?
Oh,
You're
what are your
over.
what are your
Over off
thoughts?
that one statement. She said,
I want to
"Oh,
know. What are your thoughts? Why is math the worst subject? I want to know. I want to
you're
hear.
done.
I'm gonna go first on this one.
Okay.
You're done. You're done."
First of all, I was fine with the addition, subtraction, multiplication was pushing it, but multiplication and division were pushing it. But why did you have to add letters?
I'm gonna say this. I don't have a white flag, but I have a white piece of paper. I'm just gonna throw mine up there because, like, no, I forfeit. No, I'm not gonna even attempt that. But
No, share. It's always great to hear.
I'm not going to do that. But no, because like math. Okay, the letters don't make sense. That I'll agree with you. That made no sense to throw that in there. But math is used in so many things. Without math, I don't think we would have the quality of video games we want. It takes math to do that type of stuff. So, I mean,
Also, I'm
math
gonna
is
go on a little KV rant right here.
God, bro. No,
Why
stop
do
digging.
we have to do word problems? And why is Johnny buying 35 watermelons? Like, who buys 35 watermelons, gives 10 to Susie and 4 to Phil, and then wants 2 of them back from Susie? Like, why? Like, make up your mind. Like, why can't Susie go get her own watermelons? Like, and then letters, like I said, like, why am I trying to do the alphabet while I'm doing math? Like, I know my ABCs: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, X, T, U, Z, W, X, Y, and Z. I did that so
But
well.
I want to add some contents for our viewers in case Shane, my favorite troll, is. This was all three of our math teacher at some point in our academic career. So this is crazy, bro. Oh
It's
my
fine.
God.
I want to hear your thoughts.
This is like crazy. I will say this, barbecue. You're the wrong one to be talking. You're a math tutor, an unofficial peer facilitator, literally.
I am? Since when?
Bro, when we had math support with Miss Dean and
No,
the
no, 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 no. I was not a math tutor. It was I did all the work. You copied off me.
no, I
That's
am
how it went.
outraged. No,
I have Miss
no.
Dean as witness.
I would attempt, and then I would come ask you and Kenneth for help. And then you would sit up there, okay, let
Let's
me explain this to you.
let's
Like,
let Phil share his thoughts. Phil, what are your thoughts? We want to hear.
Math. I'm gonna try and actually come with like, bro.
no.
All right,
Sure.
elementary school math is the only math that actually matters in life. That's addition, subtraction, multiplication, basic word problems, counting money, life skills with math is what matters. After that, middle school is when math was dumb We got dang, I can't. Of course, we got the letters now. We got the what was the thing? It's like it was like a giraffe, and then it was like an acronym for something. I don't, it was just a bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense. And it's like, where do I need this at? I feel like that instead of teaching us that stuff that we're never gonna see again, I feel like that should have been like maybe how to budget, how to save, how to do this, how to do that, rather than teaching me, rather than having to know what this equation is, what this is, because I don't know this stuff. I'm never gonna see it again. And of course, I'm extremely young. I haven't even been graduated for a year yet, but I haven't seen none of that stuff since then. The math that I use on the daily is when counting money and stuff. That's all elementary school. All the algebra, geometry, calculus, all that stuff is pointless unless what you want to do for your career involves that. Which I think you should choose if you want to do that. If you want to go into a NASA, you want to go into gaming, you want to go into a math career field, then yes, you need to learn that stuff. But if you're not looking to do that, elementary school taught me all the basic things I need to know. And that's the thing that used to get me with math. I struggled with math. I sucked at math. And it was like I'm about to this is holding down my GPA. I'm about to potentially fail for something I'm not even gonna see again. So it's like I just think it's the worst subject. And after elementary school, it's the most useless to me. I'm being real. Yes. So that's my argument.
All
All
right,
right.
finish the. That's all I gotta
This is
say.
not Mortal Kombat. This is not Mortal Kombat. So, where to begin? Uh, so your math experiences are valid. And I will say this: a lot of educational decisions aren't based on necessarily what, like you said about budgeting and things like that. Those are classes that we know that are available in school, but unfortunately, a lot of states have made a decision that that's not a class that's going to get you to college. And everybody's like, well, we're going to go to college, right? So it's like, well, what do you need for college? You have to have these particular classes in order, to go to college. You have to have algebra, geometry, algebra 2, and something else, right? Typically. So a lot of the things that you learned in elementary math, like the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all those skills are actually highly connected to what you're doing in high school and middle school mathematics. It's just a thing of the mastery of those skills. But it seems like, why are there letters here, right? So one of my professors explained it to me. If we didn't have letters in math, we would have to have equations for every single thing we had to do. And like you said, if I'm not going into that career, it doesn't mean anything to me. Math, and this is just me, math is about thinking and problem solving, right? And so a lot of things you're not going to see necessarily the Pythagorean theorem every day, but we know the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, so you do it every day, right? Or we're not going to see slope intercept form, but you're actually doing that math every day when you go to the store and buy things and it has a certain price and rate when you buy gas. So these things are being done. It's just not explicitly done. But I will agree with you, like Barbecue said about the watermelons and all this stuff, poorly worded problems. Math education has acknowledged a lot of those things weren't useful. Because like you said, who's going to buy 35 watermelons unless they're doing something with a farm and then they're going to give this to this person and all this, how many does they have left, right? That's not meaningful mathematics. So it's been a lot of work being done to help make mathematics meaningful situations. A lot of times, unfortunately, as teachers, we're kind of limited in some things that we can do because at the end of the day, you have to take a test. But a lot of times, there are applications of things outside of being a scientist or a computer programmer where we could actually make it fit. But it's like that's not the mathematics that a lot of people want you to learn just because we want you to be able to go to school or go to college. So I mean, there are some connections, but I mean, your feelings are very valid. But you're doing actually a lot of math every day. That's more complex math. You just don't think you're doing it, but you are.
I
It's just
can
hidden.
Staying, I'm disappointed in you.
I don't want to, attack their feelings because they have the right to have their feelings.
I'm disappointed in you.
You wanted me to just,
Yes, that was the whole build of that topic. You needed to do this.
I'm not gonna say, but no, like legit, I like math. Math for me didn't click until I got to high school. Like, I mean, I did okay with it in elementary/middle school, but it didn't make sense till I got to high school. And then when I took it in college, I was like, oh, this is all that stuff they were trying to teach me. Now it finally makes sense. But I think math gets a bad rap because of how people experience it. It's like, I'm bad at math. It's like, well, no, you're not bad at math. You just didn't get the skills you needed to be successful. So it's not you're necessarily bad. You have to practice the drive,
I feel
right?
like I feel like Miss Dean was the only reason I tolerated math. I did not
Well, I'm
like
glad you
math.
tolerated it. I want people to love math because I love
I
math. Math is
tolerate.
great. Math is a universal
Only,
language. No matter where you go,
the
math is going
only,
to be the same. You don't have to
I
worry about like English
only
and all
thing
these
I
different stuff,
like
learning different
about
languages. Math is math is math.
only thing I like about math is that those numbers on that green piece of paper, it just smells so good. You get to spend it. It's the best part of math. Money is the best part of math. That's the only thing I like about math. That's it. Anything else other than that has to do with math? No.
Well,
But
when you
money,
start doing your taxes, you better know some math. When you start looking at other things in life, you better learn some. You have to pay that rent, you better learn some math.
I'm gonna be like the rich people. I don't pay tax. You know.
Oh, okay. So the IRS tax evasion. Okay. You want to go to
No.
jail?
So it looks like KV won't be a part of the shows for very long.
Yeah, you
You
should
know,
don't say that out loud.
I've always that's always been my opinion. Yeah.
About taxes?
Yeah.
No, it's a lot. You should know it from a lot of celebrities. They got in trouble. Like Wesley Snipes did not recover financially well from not paying those taxes. That doesn't go well.
Well, there's ways or loopholes around that. Like like when you're unemployed, do you have to pay taxes still?
I mean, it depends on it's different situation.
Well, I was just about to say I can just tell them that I'm unemployed. That's
That's
why I
not how
don't
that
pay
works. When you fill out a job
taxes.
application and you're getting paid, that is going to the government. They know how much you got paid, and they're going to send you a W-2 or something to start
Well,
getting their taxes.
I'm gonna. Well, what's? I'm gonna claim that I'm. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna keep digging that hole. Mm-mm. But anyways, yeah, that's the only thing I care about when it comes to math is money.
It's money.
Yes, yes,
I mean, you
yeah.
could open a church and not have to pay taxes.
Oh, don't go there. Don't go there.
No. Oh goodness, no. But I will say this. I feel like I feel like you. I feel like your math is tested. I feel like for adults when they start having children, if they can help their kids with their elementary school work, that is when you're
oh,
truly tested to know if you're really good at math and know how to do math. You
that,
gotta sit there and
that,
explain that to them, and your parents they like, oh, that's easy. Oh, they're over here on their phone trying to figure it out. I know for me, Miss Dean got messages all the time from my mom because, my mom was upfront about it. She said she didn't know how to do it. She admitted that she didn't know how to do a lot of it. She was upfront about it. But I feel like you see it all over social media. That is when find out whether that all that math you learned in school stuck or not. If you can do elementary school, help your kid do elementary schoolwork. Now, you got your different parents. You got the parents that'll sit there and look it up. I've had a little bit of both. I've had parents sit there and try to look it up, watch videos and stuff. Or you just have parents try to do the work all together and you take it back and you get a lower grade than you would have if you had attempted it yourself. But yeah, I feel like that is when you know if you know how to do math or not, when you have to sit down there and help your sibling or your child when you have children. If it really stuck and you really know how to do it. Because like Miss
I'll be
Dean
real.
said, I feel like what kind of slipped me up, I don't know if it was y'all, was like doing basic math with in algebra and stuff was kind of hard because my basic math wasn't up to par. I feel like.
That's what made me give up on math. When I think it was fourth grade, we were learning lattice multiplication, which is like another way to just do simple multiplication, but they made it real complicated. It was almost you draw like a kite or like a box type thing, and then you do it that way. And I was confused, so I showed it to my parents, and I was like, I need help with this. And they were like, "What in the world?" They were going on YouTube. They were more confused than me. I was like, "Well, I ain't got no hope in this. Well, my parents don't even know." But yeah, that just me and Matt never got along.
Yeah, if my kids come to me with a math question, I'm either gonna be like, you have two options: ask your mom or you fail. I'm not helping you.
You could always cheat. It's not cheating if you don't get caught. Go use the internet. Take a picture of it. There you go.
That's
But
For sure.
but but I will say this. I mean, I after like yeah, my senior year, I saw students basically cheat in Miss Dean's class. I saw when I used to sit in there just to kill time during homeroom. These kids legit, these were the worst cheaters I ever met in my life. Like they would legit just be sitting behind each other, talking about the different problems. They made it so obvious. If you're gonna cheat, do it right. Drop a pencil on the floor. Act like do something. I think we scared Christine. Oh, there she is. She's back.
try to say
You
something while she
know,
was
like
gone.
their cheating skills were awful. Like, oh my god, like their cheating skills were like horrible. Like they made it so obvious that they were cheating, and they would cheat and still fail the test. That's what got me. Like there were two kids in our homeroom. I don't know their name that came in our homeroom to retake a test.
Why are you
They
telling these
just
people business?
You just snitching
I'm
on
just giving
everybody.
some context. I'm just telling them how to be a better cheater when it comes to math. Okay?
What?
Eh,
I don't understand.
Miss Dean, I'll come back and refresh your memory. Anyways, like I've said, these two, I'm not gonna say their names because I don't even remember their names.
Good.
Anyways, like took the test and still failed, and they cheated. Like I feel like you gotta cheat better. If you really don't know this stuff, you cheat better. You can
We
at
don't.
least like sit
So
at the back of the
PSA,
classroom.
I don't think this podcast advocates cheating. So for any viewers who had that, be stated, we
My
don't advocate
God,
that.
Miss
So we just
D.
want to just interject that very, very quickly. So that just was an opinion by one of the hosts, but that's not
Oh
the
my
opinion of the
God. It is it's just like how I talk about Tom Brady. It is not cheating unless you're caught.
show. But he was caught.
Yeah, he was
No, he
caught
wasn't.
multiple times,
Let's not even get
actually.
there, because even Phil said he didn't cheat. So, and Phil's always the voice of reason. So if he says Tom Brady didn't cheat, Tom Brady did not cheat.
Okay.
Anyways,
Hmm.
before I was so rudely
What is the
interrupted,
definition of cheating? What is that definition?
Mr. Can I please finish? Can
You've been
I
going
finish?
on for a little bit. I just was thought I would kind of just jump in and maybe,
No,
say something. No?
no, no.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Cheating, you gotta get better at it. Like I feel like if you're gonna cheat on like a math test in general, you gotta at least sit in the back row. You gotta have your piece of technology that you're gonna use to. You gotta hide that pretty well. There's just a lot of things you can do to cheat better on math. Not that I ever cheated in math, because I just sucked at math. I didn't even bother
But
to
Um,
Harvey
cheat.
just said you just caught him, so are you sure?
yeah, that's what I was about to say. Actually,
Wait, hold up. I have a question, and I know this is a dumb question, but is using a calculator cheating at this point? Because the calculator gives you the answer. But yeah, isn't that
Okay, after
one
that question, thank you everyone for joining.
say?
I think it's obvious.
But we were able to solve math problems without a calculator before they were invented. So, so is it classified as cheating? I think my
The
question was
calculator
very
is a
valid.
tool to help you do calculations. It is not considered cheating using the calculator.
Well, thank you for answering my question, Miss Dean.
You're welcome.
Unlike someone in this podcast,
He was trying to wrap it up.
we're not rap. We have like one
We
more
have
topic.
two more topics.
He was trying to wrap this one up. That's what I mean. He was trying to wrap it up.
Okay, let's go to our next topics.
No, I'm still on this math.
It's
Okay,
12.
so
I have shows to
so
watch.
I was in
Even Phil
Miss
just left.
I was in Miss Dean's and Miss Richardson's class for math, and man, they were different. Miss Dean kind of had the nice, gentle, ease you into it, and then Miss Richardson was like had this strict way of doing stuff. I mean, it was really funny to see Xavier doing math in her class. But Coach Bell, I think he was the star of the show from Miss Richardson's class. He got me through that class basically. Did we lose KD?
Okay, yeah, I thought it was me.
I think.
Yeah, I think.
There we go.
I mean, I feel like Miss Dean and Miss Richardson had the same style of teaching. I just feel like the only
No.
difference was the aggression. I feel like that was the only style, cause like you had because I have my schedule was set up. I don't know. I think yeah, our schedules were kind of similar when it came to math. I feel like Miss Richardson came and threw it at you. And then when we went to math support, Miss Dean was able to break it down. I feel like Miss Richardson just came off a
We
bit
had math
aggressive.
support first period. I remember because it was morning time.
Oh yeah, we did. But
Which, looking back, it doesn't make sense. Why would we have math support?
That's scheduling. That's high school scheduling.
I was like, it doesn't make sense looking back.
I
But
just feel like Miss Richardson gets a bad rep. Everybody says she's overly aggressive. I love Miss Richardson. She gave me snacks and stuff. She was very blunt.
well, we
Like
know
she
why you
was,
enjoyed her because she gave you snacks.
oh wow, the snacks weren't even that good. Anyways,
I just
but
like when every time she yelled at Xavier. That was funny.
oh my god, I just feel like no, that was personal. That was more personal than anything. But we're not gonna get into that. I feel like that was more personal than anything. But yeah. But no, as they talk about someone saying stupid stuff, he said stupid. That's the only thing I can't find a better word because the stuff he said was like kind of stupid. Like, oh my God.
He is not here to defend himself.
That's why I'm not gonna go in that depth. But I'm always an advocate of defending my boy Xavier because that is my right hand man. But I will admit he says crazy stuff in Miss Richardson's class when it came to math problems and stuff.
But yeah, I liked Miss Dean's class a lot better. I'm not just saying that because she's on the podcast and KD might have leaked my number. Could have possibly leaked my number.
Okay.
And I'm nervous. I'm scared that Miss Dean might find me 'Cause she has access. She has access to my address and everything. So
What?
I bet
Wait a minute. I
Bill,
will say
Bill was
this.
trying to
I
say
will say this.
something.
Oh, hold on, Phil. Before you say this, I'm gonna have to say who my favorite math
yeah.
teacher is. And unlike you, I'm not scared to say this. I'm not scared. My favorite math teacher wasn't even my math teacher at all. She never even taught me. My favorite math teacher is gonna have to be Miss Keaton. I'm sorry, Miss Keaton's my favorite math teacher. I'm not. I know Miss Keaton was like, Cameron, it's okay. Hey, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't hurt me. That is exactly what she's gonna say. But yeah, Phil, you can go now.
Yeah, I was just gonna just say real quick, my feelings towards math. Oh crap, my bad. It's the feelings towards the subject itself though. Like, all of my, like I said, Miss Dean. I don't know. We were all talking about. She taught all of us, Miss Dean, and then all the other math teachers I had throughout high school too. It was great teachers. Like, and I'm not just saying it because she's here. Like for real, great teachers. It's just the subject of math itself. No, like it nothing to do with teaching or anything. It's just the subject.
Yeah,
I don't mess
That's that that is fair.
now Miss Dean sees why Phil is the reasonable one here.
Oh no, I listen in and I hear the different takes,
My,
you know. So,
my favorite math teacher was that's a real statement. That's not just to mess with Miss Dean. Miss Keaton was my favorite math teacher, even though she didn't teach me. I felt bad for her students. Yeah, yeah,
I
she was
feel
my
like
favorite math teacher.
having
Miss
having
Dean was
Miss
like
Dean
number
in
two.
the first period was probably the best, just because you get to ease into the day, like Miss Dean, like, and then we would go into lunchroom, and that was fun.
Because that first day we came to Miss D's class, it was like, oh my God, this is a lot of students. Like, oh my God, I feel like it was like a college class or something. Even though I've
yeah,
never.
it was a number of people all. So we had to get a little more space.
But yeah,
And then we had
I did
Coach
enjoy.
Bell.
Oh,
Yeah.
Coach Bell was another one. He was gonna figure it out. Like he was gonna go look it up. He was gonna figure it out. Like in homeroom, there was no not doing any work. They tried to, threaten your boy with going to tell Miss Dean. Coach Bell didn't do any of that. Coach Bell was like, "Oh no, we're not gonna act like that. Like, oh no, we're gonna do our work." He was like, he'll come back there and say, "Young man, football is all good and whatever, but we need to, work on these assignments or whatever." He helped us with math. He looked it up. He went and found videos for the entire class to watch. And like he did a lot to help us in homeroom. So yeah, with math.
Next topic. I think we've talked a lot about why math is the worst subject, and I think I've
But it's not,
proven.
it's the best subject ever, everybody. So I don't want you to leave this podcast
I
thinking that
think
it's
you
the worst
proved
subject
that
I
in
ever. It's
mean,
your video.
amazing.
our
It's
arguments are
amazing.
pretty
It's amazing. If you want more info, we can talk later, but I just wanted to let you know. Math is amazing. It's great. It's fun.
This is the sore subject for Kid Vicious. NFL Week 2.
All
Can we just
right,
get it
man.
out the Can we get it out the way?
No,
We
we
don't even
gotta
have to
go
go
in
down the list.
order. We gotta go in order.
We've
Oh
been
my God,
avoiding this
it was
for
a.
3 hours.
I'll go first. I'll go first. It was a
No,
sore week for
no,
me.
we're going in order.
Oh my God, barbecue.
Vikings, Eagles. Vikings 28, Eagles 34. I think I chose the Vikings for this one.
I won
And
that one.
yeah, it's a rough game. I mean, it was close. It was 1 point, but
I picked the Eagles that game. It was a good game though. I think it was Thursday night. Yeah, it was a good game.
yeah,
But
Thursday.
I picked the
Ravens, Bengals. Man, it doesn't look good for Joe Burrow. After his, what was it, $250 million contract, he loses 2 games in a row. Like, one being terrible against the Browns. Like, the Bengals are definitely rethinking that.
Mr. Home Alone embarrassed me completely. I'm so angry. I'm gonna give some context to Miss Dean. I feel like he looks like the original actor from Home Alone. That's why I call him Home Alone, Joe Burrow. That's why I call him
Macaulay
being.
Culkin.
That's why I call him Mr. Home Alone. He disappointed me. I thought he was gonna beat the Ravens. That was my first L I took. But
Also,
yeah,
too.
Yeah, I mean, also, I think I had to give a little leeway to Joe Burrow. He did get hurt, like I think it was like what preseason week 1. Um,
Uh, training camp. It was
training
during training camp.
training
Yeah,
camp. Okay,
yeah,
so
he
like
pulled his calf.
it was early training camp too, wasn't it?
Hmm.
So yeah, I can kind of give a little leeway, and he might be still hurt. I heard some people talking about how he might be still hurt. But come on, to the Browns. I mean, I'm not even mad about the Ravens, but to the Browns, week 1, that bad. Eh. Seahawks, Lions. I'm gonna say Lions. From what I've heard, I didn't watch the game, but the Lions, they had some troubles with the referees and injuries and stuff. I know that's not really an excuse, but
who won the game? Oh yeah, the Seahawks won the
Seahawks.
game. That was my second L.
Yeah, I thought the Lions could win that, but I mean, a lot of season left, so
Yeah, I don't remember who I picked. I think I picked the Lions. Um, so I was wrong. Yeah, I didn't watch the game either, but I saw it was a good game, high scoring, close game. It's not a bad loss by the Lions.
Colts, Texans. I don't think anyone really saw it. Well, I'm trying to think. Who did you both of you choose? Colts?
No, I went
I picked.
against the Colts because
Oh
of
yeah, because of
Shane.
Shane. That's fine.
But didn't they win the game?
Yeah, Colts won.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You might have been
that
the
was
only
another.
one root for the Colts.
Yeah,
Bucks, Bears. I don't think that's a surprise. Bears are terrible.
yeah, that was my second one.
I picked the Bears to win. I'm trying to root for my boy Justin Fields, man. It's not looking good. He needs to go and
Justin,
come back home.
I feel like Justin Fields needed more time to develop. They should have found something else. But yeah, but I did put Baker Mayfield because they made him mad. That's why he's playing so well. Everyone made him mad. At first they were showing love because he was doing all his dances. That man can dance. I mean, he can dance, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Baker Mayfield can dance. But anyways, let's go to the next two teams.
Chiefs, Jags. I think I rooted Jags for this one.
I went Chiefs. I definitely know I went Chiefs. I don't know who won though. Who won?
Chiefs won.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, third win.
I lost that. I picked the Jags for the upset. I don't know what I was doing. Yeah.
I watched like a little less than 2 quarters of this game. And man, I'm glad the Falcons won.
Yes. Rise up.
I'm
First of
so
all,
happy the Falcons won.
as y'all see, KV, I'm not gonna say the word that I want to use. So he chickened out of our bet that we made the last pod. You will be wearing that Falcons gear
I
next episode.
forgot. I
You
for-
will be wearing some
Forgot
Falcons
about
gear.
that.
I forgot.
Yes.
I forgot. Phil, you should have kept
Okay.
reminding me. I forgot.
Set a
My
reminder on your
Uh,
phone.
No, I have an assistant. My assistant's in the podcast right here. She didn't remind me. I told her to remind me.
Not me.
I told her to.
I'm not
She did. Like my assistant did not. for all the fans, all the viewers, this is my assistant right here as well.
Where?
Yeah.
Are y'all
Miss
in the
Dean.
system? Y'all
I'm
in
not
There is
anyone's
Miss Dean.
I
assistant.
didn't think that is.
I don't
But
work for
anyway,
anyone who doesn't give me a paycheck.
Phil, go ahead, gloat. Tell your team, but hey, this is the first episode. I will come with talk with reason about this. I will. Miss Dean, do not tell them about what happened after the game. That was embarrassing.
I think we want
I
to
didn't say
know.
anything.
We want to
You put
know,
it out
Miss
there, not
Dean.
me.
We want
I'll
to
tell you
know.
when it comes to my part. I'll tell you when it comes to my part.
Okay.
All right, Phil, go ahead. Go ahead.
You know what? I'm not even gonna gloat like that. I'm gonna give y'all credit. It was a great game. We finally came back for once, rather than being the team to get come back on. That felt good. Um, really, you guys got potential. Like you guys, Jordan Love is a good quarterback. Your team is not bad. I mean, it was a great game. As far as like my team goes, um, I was real encouraged by what. First of all, Bijan Robinson is that guy. He's the reason why we won. As far as our quarterback Desmond Ritter goes, um, I think I put it in like a comment on one of the Falcons posts. Like this was the first game we actually treated him like an NFL quarterback rather than a high school backup checking in for the game for the first time. We actually let him throw the ball. We let him maneuver. We let him have the offense rather than keeping him in training wheels. So, of course, with that, mistakes is going to happen. He had two drop interceptions that would have been big. And he also had and showed a lot of things that I didn't know he had in him. So, very encouraging win. I'm excited about that. The first time we've been 2-0 since I was in seventh grade. So I'm just happy about that. Um, and yeah, it's great that it came against your Packers. I just gotta get you to get that Falcons gear though. It's the only thing you gotta get that Falcons gear.
He'll have it for next podcast. You don't have to worry.
Shannon, you done? You done, Shannon? Because you're done. You're done, Shannon. I mean, I'm calling you Shannon on this one, man. So I'm about to go. This is what I'll say. What's your quarterback's name?
Desmond Ritter. You should get
Desmond.
familiar with him.
Desmond Ritter is an excellent quarterback. I felt like he was the better quarterback in the game. Felt like he played. Yeah, he
Clipping
made
it.
his mistakes. He made his mistakes. I was gonna say that anyways. I don't care if you clip that.
Were you?
I told Phil this. He was the better quarterback when Phil was talking about, oh my God, he's horrible. He's horrible. I was rooting for him, and he wasn't even my quarterback. I feel like Ritter was more poised. He played with a lot less nerves, and I feel like that is where Jordan Love messes up. He gets nervous. He lets nerves get in the way because there's no reason we're about to do a QB sneak and the quarterback comes off sides. Are you kidding me? And I knew it. He just, I was like, oh my God. And he knew you're so lucky this is family friendly. At that moment, he knew he did, you know what? And he messed it up because I said they're going to run it down our throat.
Mhm.
They are going to run it down our throat because you made that mistake. I mean, love just let the Falcons get to you. Are you kidding? The team that takes their fans on a roller coaster, you let the Falcons shake you? Oh my God. Clip this. I would have been fine if he had let the Steelers shake them a little bit. But the Falcons shake you? They should call the Falcons the roller coasters, not the Falcons, the roller coasters. Like their fans have had so much heartbreak, but it's all good. All I gotta say, then I'm gonna tell you about the meltdown. All I'm gonna say is this: what comes up must come down. And next week, they're gonna come down and fall. I don't care who they play, because they always lose to a team you expect them to win against. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys about the meltdown. You know, the meltdown kind of happened 5 minutes left in the game. It was a premature meltdown, and I told Miss Dean, no, just I was like, no, Miss Dean, how the game has been going. You can tell there was no coming back. 5 minutes left in the game. There was no coming back off that. And so first part of the meltdown was just me, you know, I was very hysteric. I accidentally fell on the floor. I'm gonna say it was an accident. Miss Dean was gonna tell you it was not an accident. And I was on the floor, I was begging, I was praying. And then it kind
It
of
was
got
very
worse,
loud.
guys, when Tony Braxton came on. And
He
if you know who
played
Tony
Tony
Braxton
Braxton.
is, you know where this went. Unbreak My Heart came on. And I was like,
There was a lot of not
oh,
yelling, but a lot of distress. He couldn't believe it was happening. Um, he was very upset. Um, there was
I was,
music. Um, it was a
yeah,
lot of rolling on the
was wrong.
floor.
I was basically how Martin was when something was going bad when he ran back and forth doing the ooh woo 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 woo. That being on Martin, yeah, that was basically me. And I was just so heartbroken. I could barely bring myself to eat dinner after
He didn't
that.
want
I
to
didn't
eat
even watch
anything.
another
It was
game.
crazy.
I
Yeah.
couldn't even bring myself to eat dinner. I told Miss Dean I couldn't eat dinner. I went in my room and I just cried. I was so embarrassed. My phone was flooded with messages about it. Go Falcons. And it was very upsetting because like, man, this had a lot riding on it. Phil was a fan of the Falcons. Me being right for once, you know, on crazy takes I've taken. And like, Jordan Love breaks hearts, like I put on my Instagram. Jordan Love breaks hearts. And he broke my heart. Like, I'm sorry that I'm getting so emotional right now, but he really broke my heart. Like, Jordan Love broke my heart. Week one, he made me fall in love. Then the next week, I gave you my heart. You took it away. Hey, that's what came to mind.
Imagine this, right? What he's doing right now, but a lot louder.
Like, Jordan Love just broke my heart. Like, in love we trust, though.
Hey, you
In love
stole
we
that.
trust.
You
He
stole that
wasn't
from
saying that on
us.
Sunday. He wasn't saying
I
that Sunday.
feel,
He wasn't
I
saying it
feel
like
like,
that. We trust.
but all seriousness, I feel like Jordan Love, even though we lost, I feel like Jordan Love is the future of the Packers. He just got to work out some kink. We got to work out some kinks with him. I feel like he's the future of the Packers, and I feel like he can. Not saying he's going to win a Super Bowl like some crazy delusional fans may say about their quarterback, but and also I gotta throw some more shade at the Falcons. Raiders not gonna win a Super Bowl, Phil. He's not the future for the. He's just
Nah,
the placeholder until you can
come
find something better. He's just you can deny it all you want, but he's just a placeholder. He's not it. He's not it.
whoever said
Number one,
anything about Ritter
I
winning the
will say
Super
this:
Bowl,
all of the all of the team leaders I've noticed about like Atlanta teams, a lot of their team leaders are balding. Like they're balding. They're all going bald. I'm throwing that in there. Trey Young's going bald is balding. I mean Desmond Ritter look even
What does that
worse.
have to do with
Like get
anything?
that hair together. He is not the future of you
he was
guys'
rookie.
franchise.
He
Oh
was
my
rookie.
god. Ew.
First, um, all right. Jordan Love is obviously the future of the Packers. I mean, the potential is obviously there. This is only like his third, fourth game ever starting in the NFL. Just that quickly out the way. Um, you're starting to make Shane seem right about your NFL knowledge.
I don't give
Who
a
who
crap.
whoever said Desmond Ritter was winning the Super Bowl? No
I,
Falcons fan.
bro, I like I said, I just want to throw that shade out there. Everyone knows he's not the future of your organization, just like Kenny Pickett isn't the future of the Steelers' franchise. He's just a placeholder.
But But that doesn't mean, yeah, I mean, he's not, no, he's not a future, he's not a Super Bowl quarterback, but he's obviously good enough to be y'all sorry behind.
No, oh, sorry. Are you kidding? You only won because of a field goal. Ew. We were in your house whooping you. We were in your house scoring on you, bro. Come on. You had rookies getting their first catches in that game. Our tight end was on all
What's the
cylinders.
key
I
word?
mean, we were doing the Falcons
You
something
were?
dirty.
You were or
And then
you
we
did?
dropped those two picks, and then those two picks, those broke my heart too. They threw them right at him. The only thing, and you said it correctly. If whatever Robinson, B. John, I don't give a crap about who he is. That's the only reason they won. And we didn't have Aaron Jones. And we had Aaron Jones instead of Bubba as our running back, because that's what he reminded me of. Some big dude named Bubba. Oh my God. Like, I don't even know the brother's name, like Stephen A. likes to say. I don't even know the brother's name. I just know Bubba back there was not the running back we needed to beat the Falcons.
Would, if, should is what losers say.
Oh,
You
be
lost the
quiet.
game.
Oh, be quiet. I
You
can't
lost
wait
the
till you
game.
guys play the Saints. You guys are going to be
If
crying
we
about
had
that.
this, if we
They're
had
going to
that,
smack you in
this
the face
after
with
we
Derek
should have
Carr.
had this.
I can't wait. Who do you guys play next week? Because whoever you play
We
next week is
played the
going to smack
Lions.
you in
We
the
played the
face.
Lions today.
Oh yeah, I root for the Lions for the second time this season. They are going to come in there and they're going to make the Falcons come back down from their high horse because you know you're delusional Falcons. But, oh, we're going all the way. We're going all the way to the Super Bowl.
No one's saying you
We're
don't.
going all the way to the Super Bowl. Oh my God! I'm like, you be quiet, you Falcons fans. And I'm going to slow down because I don't want my phone to die because my phone is on 9%. So we got to wrap this up. But yeah, Paul, at this game, the Falcons shouldn't have won this. The only reason they won this because they actually used their running back. Our running back looked like a fullback. I mean, I'm just being honest. He was just not it. He just wasn't fast enough. We needed somebody fast. The Falcons, hey, excellent defense. I'll give them that. You can clip that. Excellent defense. The best defense I've seen in some time in a long time. Like I feel like that made them look like the 2016 Falcons, even though they couldn't stop a pass for nothing. But anyways, I will say this. This is my closing statement. We'll see you in 2 years. Because that's how it seems like they throw y'all on our schedule every 2 years. We'll see you in 2 years. We'll see you in 2 years. We'll be back. Jordan Love will be developed some. We'll be back. And I hope that they bring it back to the A and we're going to smack you guys in the face. That's my final statement. Thank you. Please and thank you.
I ain't got nothing else to say. Just have your Falcons gear ready.
Oh my God. Phil.
You know, do you want to borrow this for the next episode? You can put it around your neck like a cape.
Oh my God. I'll just go get something. I will go get something, Phil. Goodness gracious, Phil. Anyway, next team.
Still have some stuff to say.
Oh my God, it's almost 11 o'clock barbecue.
I
This is
mean,
like,
hey, I won't get another chance to say anything until we beat you at what is it, week 6? So I won't get anything else to say until week 6 when we beat you. So first of all, what you said about Kenny. No. Kenny, once he gets a good offensive coordinator, Matt Canada needs to be fired. Once he gets a good offensive coordinator and once he gets running, he's best quarterback in the NFL.
I think I've said this before. I don't know if I said this before. I feel like Kenny Pickett, he's a great quarterback, but I feel like he's just gonna. The only quarterbacks that he reminds me of are like Philip Rivers or Matt Ryan. They can win you games. They can fill up a stat sheet all day long. But I don't feel like he's of. I don't feel like he's the future of your franchise. I
No,
feel like
he's
I
definitely the
feel like
future.
I feel like I feel like if you guys want to win a Super Bowl, then you're gonna move on at some point because I just don't think Kenny Pickett has Super Bowl qualities as of yet. But like I said, he hasn't played a full season yet. So at that point, at the end of the season, I'll give another update on how I feel about Kenny Pickett. I just feel like he's definitely not. He's definitely not my in my. He's like I'm gonna have to hold this phone up. Oh my god. So it'll charge. But anyways, I feel like Kenny Pickett is like as young QBs that are out there right now. I feel like he's not even. I wouldn't say he's not top five. Well, no, he's not top five in my opinion. I feel like he's number six in young QBs. I feel like young QBs, of course, at that top of the list is gonna have to be Patrick Mahomes. These are gonna be some hot take picks. I don't give a crap, but they're a part of my point. Patrick Mahomes, I feel like Jalen Hurts would be number two. I feel like Josh Allen would be number three. And I feel like number four, and hey, in Love We Trust, like I said, he's number four. And then if healthy, it's Tua at five. And but if he's not healthy, I'll go ahead and throw Kenny at the bottom at number five. I just feel like Kenny Pickett is just a regular season quarterback. He can get you through the regular season, but I don't think he can get you through the playoffs. And
I mean,
I
if he
feel the same
actually
way.
had a good offensive coordinator, maybe. I mean, you
But
could.
hey, you cannot keep throwing it on the coordinator. Phil made a good point. You got to be a quarterback that either can go out there and do his thing without and let him off the leash and to do his thing, or you can sit up there and be Kenny Pickett and be a yes man and cost your team games. It's up
Yeah,
to
but
you.
what I will say though, that coordinator is really important for a young quarterback, especially when your coordinator is terrible. You're only setting up your young quarterback for failure. And you look at Mac Jones last season, his rookie season was good. Last season, his second season, they got him a bunch of defensive special team coordinators calling offensive plays for him. And he looked terrible. Now this year he actually has an offensive coordinator. He's looking better. So the play calling does matter with the development of a young quarterback for that.
I feel like I feel like I agree with you, but I feel like I'll say this. I feel like now that you say that, it kind of changes how I feel about Kenny Pickett. I feel like Kenny Pickett is going to be a quarterback that's going to need a coordinator to help him. I don't feel like he can take he's going to the type of quarterback that can take the reins and win the game. I think he needs assistance on the sideline. And I'm not saying Love doesn't need assistance, but I feel like Love, if he gets out of his head, he can do it without the coordinator and take over the game. Because they were saying, and another thing that game helped me realize his relationship with Aaron Rodgers wasn't as bad as I thought it was. They were like, oh, I see flashes of Rodgers. Oh, he really looked up to Aaron Rodgers. So apparently they may have talked. I don't know, but they did say he looked up to him. That doesn't insinuate that they had a relationship. But I will say this: Kenny Pickett is just. I want to see if Kenny could get y'all into the playoffs. Hey, I'll give him his props. I'll come live on the podcast and give him his props if he can get you into the playoffs, at least a game. Because it's been done. Lamar Jackson did it when he took over the reins for Joe Flacco. So yeah, it's been done. So if Kenny does get you into the playoffs, I'll buy a Kenny Pickett's jersey
You're
and
not gonna
I'll
do
wear
that.
it. I will.
No,
Oh,
you
I
won't.
will.
I
I
mean,
will.
after what
Dude,
I've seen with
dude,
this week with the Falcons
no,
stuff,
dude. My hand to God. My hand to God. I am a Christian man. My hand to God. I honestly forgot about me and Phil's deal. I honestly, all jokes aside, forgot. But I will make you this deal. If Kenny Pickett gets into the playoffs, get you guys into the playoffs, I'll get a Kenny Pickett's jersey. if Jordan, and I'll double this deal too. If somehow, some way, whatever his name is, your quarterback gets you into the Super Bowl, I'll get his jersey too. If my quarterback gets us into the playoffs, I didn't mean the Super Bowl, I meant the playoffs. Anyways, gets us into the playoffs, then you guys gotta wear Jordan Love jerseys. And you also gotta say this: the losers, because there's gonna be two losers. So the losers have to say whatever quarter. If for the Steelers, I have to say in Kenny we trust with the jersey on. I have to show off the jersey and everything. I can't just wear it. Same thing with you guys. You gotta say in love we trust. But anyways, what's your quarterback name? Phil.
Desmond Ritter.
Desmond Ritter. We gotta say in Desmond Ritter we trust. I'll say that. I'll wear the jersey and everything. Do we
I
have a
don't
deal?
really know.
Do we have a deal, guys?
Yes, why not? Wait, jerseys could be pricey. Let's do like
Well,
Yeah.
Getting to the playoffs is pricey too. You know, it's a challenge. They're both challenges.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
maybe a
I mean,
hat.
got all season to save up for the jersey. So
I mean, I also got rent. I got utilities. I got food.
how about this?
So,
I'll just so you guys will make the deal. I'll pay for the jerseys. I'll pay for the jerseys.
couldn't pay
Oh
for the
my
Falcons.
my
You didn't want to
my
pay for
my
the
assistant is shaking her head. But you guys, come on. This is a good deal. Believe in your quarterbacks. I believe in mine. I believe in my quarterback, even though he broke my heart last week in week two. I believe in my quarterback. So believe in your guys' quarterback too,
I never
and
said I
make the
don't
bet.
believe in mine.
Just make the
I'm
bet,
just not
barbecue.
going to shell out
Just
$500 if I'm wrong.
I don't think it's gonna be that much. I don't think
Very expensive.
well, I just feel like, well, we gotta
We'll come up with something.
we could
We'll come up with
yeah, we'll come up with
compromise.
something. Yeah.
One more thing before we go to the next team. Miss Dean, did you by chance record KV's tantrum?
She said she was going to. I don't know if she actually did. I think she did.
You
She
did?
recorded that tantrum. I knew she did. She's like, oh, I'm not recording it. And she
Uh,
did.
Pieces of it, you know.
I think we need to see it. I think.
You do.
You can send it to me, Miss Thing. No, I'm not putting that in the group chat because he's gonna run with it.
I'm not gonna do them like that.
He's gonna run with that.
Hey, you can't blame me for trying though. You can't blame me for trying.
No, I do not blame you for trying. It was something to see.
All right, next team.
Real quick before we go to the next team, is we're running. It's almost 11. We're running on 4 hours. So let's do the Browns and Steelers game, and then let's do the predictions for our teams, and then I say we call it an episode.
All right, yeah, that's fair.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay.
All right, Steelers Browns. Man, it feels good to win. It feels so good to win. It was a roller coaster of a game, as Steelers games are. But that first throw, the first throw of the game, the minute it happened, Phil and KB can be advocates for this. I texted the group chat, Steelers are the best team in the NFL. I was so excited for that. And then it went downhill very fast. And then I was like, Kenny Pickett is the worst quarterback in the NFL. And our offense looked terrible. They were playing the same runs, like the same plays, like 5 times in a row. I was like, what are you doing? Kenny looked terrible. He was throwing interception after interception. And then I was like, we're going to lose. But I'm going to stick it out for my team, as you have to. And then I was just thinking, KB talking in my head if we lost. You guys lost to the Browns. You guys lost to the Browns. But we won. So KB's not talking about that. Our defense carried TJ Watt, obviously. TJ Watt got his first touchdown of his NFL career. Feel bad for Nick Chubb. Hope he gets better. I think we can all come to an agreement that that was not a cheap shot. It was just a accident that happened to happen. I know some Browns fans were getting a little salty and saying Mika should be fined, but I don't think so. I think it was just part of the game. But I hope for his speedy recovery and hope he can play football again.
Oh, you're still going.
And man, did Deshaun Watson look terrible. Pushing refs too. He should have been out for that.
Grabbing face masks.
Exactly. Like I saw so many funny stuff. I don't think I can say on stream because of his allegations. I'm just gonna put it at that. It had something to do with that. So it was so funny. But man, it looked good to see Deshaun Watson look so bad.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Okay. I'm gonna get on your Steelers. I'm going to have to, because if I'm correct, the Browns suck. Blah blah blah. The Browns suck. Even though they lost, hey, props on the win. They went out swinging. They went out swinging all game long. They stayed in there until the final bell. It was a boxing match. It was a slugger. Didn't get to see the game because I had to close at work. But I feel like, hey, y'all gonna stop hating on Deshaun Watson, Give the brother a break. He's been through a lot. He's been through a lot. Give the brother a break. Give him a break. But I feel like for basketball, I always have an underdog team for my NFL underdog team. I'm gonna go with the Browns. I just feel like the Browns they're on the cuffs of greatness at some point, because there's no reason that game should have been that close. If the Browns suck so bad, barbecue, they suck. Oh, we're gonna beat them. We're gonna go in there and beat them so bad. Oh, we're gonna beat them so bad.
We would have won even further if our offense didn't suck.
But my thing is this.
But again, a win's a win. A win's a win.
That's another win. Another thing. Kenny gotta take off the training wheels at some point. Kenny is a type of quarterback that I am glad we don't have, because he starts off, he gotta warm up. That is my pet peeve. When you're our leader of our team, I need you to be warmed up on the sidelines. You had all those hours before the game to warm up.
But not during the game. To our offensive coordinator. I'm just blaming the offensive coordinator because he has say in pretty much everything the offense does.
But I feel like this. I feel like, well, that's the closest I can get. Aaron Rodgers, his offensive coordinator, tell him something in the headset. He says, "No, we're not doing that," and tells the team we're doing this play, and it works. I feel like hold up, Bill. Hold up. I feel like you gotta, as a quarterback, I feel like you can listen to your coordinator, but at the same time, you're a leader. Take 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 responsibility. I understand, yeah, the
Again,
coordinator has something to do
Aaron
with it, but I feel
Rodgers
like
been in the league longer. Kenny
I,
Pickett,
but
all Kenny Pickett
I'm
knows
not
is Matt
comparing.
Canada.
I'm not comparing skills. I'm
Okay.
comparing the gut, having the guts to go with what you
Again,
think is going to work.
all Kenny Pickett knows is Matt Canada and listening to his plays. What Aaron Rodgers has a few different coordinators and has been in the league longer. He has more credibility to be like, hey, I'm doing things my way. Kenny Pickett doesn't
And,
have that.
and it's no comparison. Aaron Rodgers is a future Hall of Famer, a four-time MVP. The
Why?
offense is built around him. Where if you're any rookie just coming in being drafted, you don't have that type of say so and leeway because you don't have the experience. You haven't been in the league long enough to say F this, we're gonna do this, or forget this, we're gonna do this and that. And I mean, he just doesn't have that. He doesn't have that yet. I mean, it's
If
not.
you if you're, I feel like if you're molding him around to being the future of your franchise, then I feel like, hey, if I know that in the back of my head, that's what they're trying to do. Hey, I'm gonna push the envelope sometimes, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And I feel like he should. I feel like he just take more risks. And I feel like I understand you gotta listen to the coordinator, but I just feel like he's going to be a quarterback that's too reliant on his coordinator, and I feel like he needs to take the training wheels off a little bit, at least one wheel, and do it himself, and kind of say, you know what, we're gonna do switch this around because I feel like this trend is gonna be through his whole career. I don't think Kenny Pickett is gonna ever be at the point to where he's just gonna, you know what, we're gonna do it this way. I feel like he's gonna always be a yes man. That's why I keep saying he's not gonna win he's not gonna win the Super Bowl because he's too much of a yes man. Because I know Patrick Mahomes didn't listen to everything he was told when he first burst on the scene. He was not listening to going play by play. Those were improvised plays. And he had been on the bench for 4 seasons. And he
When
was
Patrick,
technically a rookie because he was making a debut. And they said the same thing about Love. This is technically his rookie debut as a starting quarterback.
I'm sorry, I gotta cut you off with it. All right, Patrick first is different coaching. Andy Reid allows all of his players, not just Patrick Mahomes. Like I was watching the quarterback doc. Like they have a day a week during their practice where they come together and like all those trick plays that you see them do, those crazy plays that look like backyard football. They come together and they work on that at practice and show it to Andy Reid. And when Patrick Mahomes first came in the league, no, he didn't. When he first started, he didn't have that leeway because he hadn't proven anything yet. The only thing he did, like you said, a lot of the off scripted plays, him improvising, running out the pocket. I mean, the coach can't say, "Hey, stop doing that" in the middle of a play. So that did Patrick Mahomes didn't start being like, "Nah, we're gonna change this, we're gonna change that," until until after that first season he started where he was an MVP and almost a Super Bowl champion. But like, it's kind of like hard to compare.
I'm just saying. I feel like I'm just saying. I feel like I'm just what I'm trying to say is that I feel like Kenny Pickett is gonna be a yes man his entire career. I don't think he's ever gonna take the training wheels off.
I feel like you're trying to say like if you know the players are bad, then why aren't you changing it as the
Y-
quarterback? Like I
Yeah,
said,
that's what I'm trying to
yeah,
say.
yeah, okay, I can understand that, but
You know
he's not
that's not a play is not gonna
he's
work.
not
You're seeing the game.
he's not good enough in proven. I'm not he's not proven enough to do that. So say if he says yes, this play sucks, we're gonna change it. But what if he throws a pick on that play he called for himself? What if he fumbles a snap? What if the play goes wrong? Then what happens to Kenny? He's gonna get fussed at. He may get benched because he doesn't have that type of leeway. He hasn't earned that right to be able to do that yet. Why he's not going to. That's almost like if trying to compare it to like a normal job. Like I say you're working at Walmart. Say say the hair supply, the hair products goes in this aisle and the chips go in this aisle, and the manager tells you what to do. But you're like, that doesn't make sense to me. The chips should go in this aisle, the hair supply should go in this aisle. And if no one knows what they are and those items aren't getting sold anymore, that's on you. It's kind of like come up with like an analogy for it. I don't know. He can't just disregard what the boss tells him to do.
It's like it's I think to
I
kind of
feel
help
like
out Phil a little bit. It's like an intern coming in to uh, a media company and saying, "Hey, we should run these ads at this time," or we should run these ads at this time, and those ads don't make a profit, then that intern is gonna get a punishment. They're gonna either get fired, they're gonna get like it's if that helps a little bit, Phil.
I mean, okay, and then let me say this. So I understand where you guys are coming from. I totally agree with all of it. But let me say this. You as a quarterback, you're a leader. You are a leader. And I feel like you should as a leader, yes, you're a rookie, but you should be able to voice your opinion. I feel like by him just going off of what the coordinator tells him to do, he's not advocating. I'm not saying he's not at all like at halftime, but I feel like you should say, "Hey, coach, this is not working. Can we try this?" Like, I feel like it should be them sitting down trying to figure out at halftime, him like basically telling the coach what he's seeing and why that play didn't work. I feel like if you're just gonna throw it all on the coordinator, then he doesn't have a voice at all. He
But
has
again,
he has a voice
we
at somewhere there if he's a leader.
again we come to the argument where that's more of a like possible second year thing. He hasn't even played a full season, like you said. That's more of a second year. First year, you're kind of learning the ropes of, I mean, not football because you've been playing for a while, but the ropes of the NFL and how big the crowds are and how, like, everything is just, like, super concentrated and, like, everything you do, millions of people are watching. Whereas like in college, yeah, you're broadcast on TV, but not as many people are watching. Uh, like Penn, like a lot of people aren't. Not as many people are watching Pitt play more than the Steelers. Like you're trying to learn the ropes and learn how to play in the NFL. Your first real year. Then your second year, you can start being like, okay, I think we should do this a little more differently and this a little different. And in your third year, you can be like, okay, no, I'm doing this. I'm my way.
Okay, let me say this: if you guys hadn't, I feel like just like basically that whole thing could have happened if you had just went ahead and went with Kenny Pickett like everybody expected you guys the first year to kind of work out the kinks the first year because you guys after you Trubisky flopped terribly, that's when you said, okay, let's throw Kenny in there. I feel like Kenny should have been there from week one to figure things out, and I feel like this year should have been the year he kind of still is kind of getting tips and assistance, but kind of giving ejecting his opinion into what plays are being called and stuff. Because I feel like what you guys are saying, and I feel like this is basically what it is. This is his rookie season, from what you guys are saying. Like basically like his starting rookie season. because he's still on training wheels. He's not calling. He's not doing. He doesn't have any independence at all.
I mean, I don't know. I think I'm gonna end it off with this because I think we're all like around the same thing. I just think we're like just overcomplicating it. Like basically, what we're just saying is that like a younger, an unproven quarterback can't do the same things that a proven elite quarterback in the league is able to do, and that's all it is. And that goes for every single position, and a Justin Jefferson may be able to change his route at the line of scrimmage because he's just that type of receiver. He has that type of connection. He gets paid that type of money. He's able to do that. Where a normal receiver, he better run the route that he's supposed to run no matter the coverage. Saying that's all it is. It really, as far as the rookie year and training wheels, all that. I'm not really saying all of that. It's just it's really just as simple as that. Average player doesn't have the same benefits that a great player has, and um, that's really it.
So picks for next week. So like Phil said, we're only doing our teams. So Packers, Steelers, uh, Falcons. First up, Falcons, Lions. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Lions. As much as it pains me, but like you said last week, I'm rooting for. I picked the Lions, but I'm rooting for the Falcons. We already know KBs, so
I'm gonna go with the Lions because what goes up must come down. The Falcons ain't gonna win 3 straight games now. They ain't about to win 3 straight. If they win 3 straight, oh my God, they might be onto something. But it's gonna come down eventually.
Yeah, I'm obviously rooting for the Falcons. But it's gonna be another really close, great game, like the Packers game. But hopefully we can get it. It's either or, but I'm going for us, obviously.
all right. Saints, Packers. I'm gonna go Packers, just so KB doesn't go on another rant.
I'm gonna go Packers. I hate the Saints.
Of course, I'm gonna go with my team, but I feel like it's gonna be a tougher game than what than it should be. I feel like Derek Carr Derek Carr is a veteran quarterback, sure, but Derek Carr is like another. Is like I know might be a bad comparison. I feel like he's the type of quarterback like Baker Mayfield. Make him keep talking about him, keep putting him down. He's gonna come in there and show you something. So I feel like it's gonna be a tough win. I feel like it might be. No, it's probably gonna be a lot of scoring because I feel like I'm going to always say this. This team is more athletically capable and a better scoring team from different positions compared to when we had Aaron Rodgers. I really do. And I feel like we're playing more of a team. We're playing more like a team this year than just individual players. We have more team chemistry, and I feel like our team chemistry is what's going to get us over in this game.
So Steelers, Raiders. Steelers at Raiders. Um, obviously I'm going Steelers. I think we actually have a good chance just because we have beaten them, I think, the last 3 times at their home. We beat them while we beat them in Pittsburgh last year during the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception, which KV doesn't think is a good play, but we're not getting into that right now. But yeah, I'm going Steelers.
I'm gonna go Steelers. I feel like the Raiders are just not on their level. And plus, Devontae Adams is a traitor, so of course I want them to lose. So I'm gonna go to Steelers. I feel like the Raiders are just not on their level.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Steelers. That their offense scares me. It needs a lot of work, but I just think they're a better team. They're better coached, better organization. They're just better than the Raiders. So I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
Yeah, I also think it'll be close, but I think our defense will definitely carry it again until we can get rid of Matt Canada. And I think that's it. Thank you,
This is
everyone.
officially the longest podcast in our in the history. Officially the longest episode in history.
Probably going to be the longest ever. But yeah, I did not know it was gonna go this late, but that's okay. Um, tell Miss Dean we said thank you for having her on.
Yes.
And we will be looking for that video.
She sends her thanks. She sent me a text message said her phone was dying, and she thanked us all for having her on the show. So yeah.
All right. Yeah, we will see you guys next Tuesday. I know we haven't gotten our picks this week. We didn't get a chance to get our picks this week, but next week we will definitely have our picks, and everything will be like normal. Next week's special guest is the one and only Goof Jr. Been trying to work things out, scheduling with him, and yeah, next week works. Gonna talk some music, some more football. But yeah, anyone else have anything to say?
Go Joker,
Nah,
let's go. I can't wait. I can't wait. I love going against my trolls.
Bill?
No, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing.
All right. Actually, I just thought of something. Real quick, remember to check out the Spotify at studio underscore pod. No, studio underscore C underscore pod underscore. Check out the Instagram studio underscore C underscore pod. The YouTube, same thing. And yeah, hope everyone enjoyed. See ya.
Good job.